Imagine the supreme emperor, once unrivaled, falling to a demon queen and waking up in a pathetic, obese shell. Worse yet, he is stuck in a world where gender roles are flipped. Women rule the workforce while men play housewives. Now, our hero's mission is simple: thrive in this predatory feminine society, while reclaiming his godlike cultivation from scratch. But fate is cruel. The very demon queen who ended his life has followed him here. Just like him, she is hunting for power, fueled by a thirst for total vengeance. Through hellish training, he sheds the fat, transforming into a peak specimen of manhood. Suddenly, he is the ultimate prize. Savage women hunt him like a rare, precious treasure. During a mission, he learns the truth. Hidden monsters and martial arts still lurk in shadows. Danger is everywhere. Can a fallen emperor survive this world of reversed dominance? The journey of the world's most precious man begins now. It starts with a viral post. The daddy gun style is ruining modern male dignity. Users mock men, claiming only women were ever meant to reach the heavens and power. Disgusted by this nonsense, our hero realizes just how bizarre this reincarnation truly is. It has been 2 days since his arrival, yet he still struggles with this heavy, sluggish frame. He was the emperor of his era, yet here he is, trapped in a mountain of flesh. Online news is just petty crime. No cultivators, just a world where men are the fairer sex. That demon queen's final strike was total. They both lost their physical forms in the blast. It is a miracle his soul survived, drifting through the void to possess this recently dead loser. This body's name is 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, a rich kid attending a prestigious academy for the elite. 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 wonders if the queen also crossed over, but first, he must master this life. To regain his throne, even a former emperor must endure the boredom of high school. Dressed and ready, he scans his home. It is decent, but smaller than his old goldfish pond. His parents are dead, his grandmother is bedridden, and his aunt is a total vulture. After his abandonment, this distant aunt swooped in to become his so-called guardian. She slowly siphoned his inheritance, leaving him with a life of misery and low status. Approaching the table, he sees his cousins, Yun, the oily one, and the arrogant 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. They mock him instantly, joking about his grades and his pathetic social standing. His aunt chimes in, just in time to discuss his future, or lack thereof. Memories flood back. His grandmother had arranged a marriage for him with a top-tier beauty. That girl, however, rejected him with pure disdain, calling him a revolting fat pig. After a truck accident nearly killed him, his aunt gleefully canceled the engagement herself. It is humiliating. An emperor's fate decided by the whims of these mediocre women. Back in the kitchen, his aunt snaps at him for spacing out. 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 coldly tells her, "Do not dare to meddle in my marriage again." The woman flinches. For a moment, the fat loser radiates a terrifying, tyrannical aura. He sits down, forcing himself to eat. This diet is brutal, but the body needs fuel. Even this simple food tastes like a luxury compared to the pills of his past life. His cousin sneers, "Why not study abroad? Nobody wants a lovelorn loser like you here." 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 looks at the insect before him. He has ruled for millennia. Why waste words? He simply states he is staying. The dragon hides its claws while it recovers. As long as your grades are not trash, the boy scoffs, unaware of the tiger he is mocking. 1 hour later, they arrive at the academy gates in a sleek luxury car. "Do not walk near me," the cousin warns. 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 meets his eyes with chilling intensity. Terrified by that gaze, the boy retreats as the emperor steps onto his new battlefield. This world's architecture was magnificent, yet the sight of men flaunting their legs was truly bizarre. They showcased their pale skin while women stood normally, creating a scene that felt utterly backwards. Girls gossiped about his brother's legs with mockery, fueling the protagonist's growing sense of deep disgust. The nausea was overwhelming, but he had to focus on the demon threat before she finally appeared. He needed to refine his weak body immediately. Walking through school, Lin finally located his new classroom. Whispers erupted as someone mocked him. His high-status fiancé was already there, waiting at her table. Two girls crowded her while she glared at the protagonist, her eyes flashing with pure, cold resentment. Lin marveled at how unbearable these mortals were before heading to his desk, leaving everyone in confusion. While sitting, he pondered his cultivation. Suddenly, a hand gripped his shoulder, breaking his quiet focus. A girl warned him to stop dreaming. Real life wasn't a television drama, and his fiancée was mature. She warned him not to be deceived. Lin realized she was just a classmate with hidden, suspicious motives. She questioned why anyone would like a second-class person, mocking him with a sharp, arrogant tone. Seeing his silence, she suggested weight loss might give him a small chance with his cold fiancé. Lin demanded she get to the point. He knew she was plotting something behind that fake smile. She wasn't the kind to be nice without reason. Finally, she asked him for a small favor. She invited him to play a game, promising to introduce him to a legendary, heart-stopping beauty. She spoke of a distant mountain, an unreachable peak she intended to climb during the coming summer. The scenery was allegedly impressive at night. He would surely regret missing such a rare, grand opportunity. Lin recalled rumors of high peaks gathering spiritual energy. That mountain was the region's most potent source. The summit likely held the energy he needed. Plus, the climb would force this body to transform. He accepted the deal, feigning ignorance of games. The girl's face lit up with pure, manipulative joy. The target was an arrogant fool from Class 3. They would settle it in the computer club. Later, they arrived at the reserved room. She ensured they wouldn't be disturbed during their secret match. Lin sat down and logged into the account, his fingers moving with a cold, calculated precision. He entered the password and successfully entered the digital realm, ready to showcase his hidden, legendary skills. The game was a competitive action masterpiece with an immortal theme, echoing his own forgotten past life. The girls summoned a powerful realm boss to assist them, a legendary player who arrived with authority. The boss took a liking to Lin, intrigued by his presence as they prepared for the slaughter. The 3 versus 3 player versus player mode began. The girl demanded silence as she prepared to hunt. Lin was told to hide while she scouted. He realized this world's immortals were mere digital shadows. Yet the game's cultivation system mirrored his old world. Perhaps true power still lurked in this reality. He remained cautious. Suddenly, a death notification appeared. The girl had been brutally struck down already. She respawned, stressed and fueled by rage, charging back into the fray to seek her pathetic revenge. She died again instantly, trapped in a cycle of failure that even her friends couldn't hope to break. Even the realm boss was failing. Outside the game, frustration boiled over as their defeat seemed certain. They warned Lin to run. The elite player Flying Feather was coming to end his miserable life. Lin remained perfectly calm. Thousands of years of lethal combat instincts were now flowing through his veins. These instincts were god tier, even in a game. The enemy team continued their relentless, arrogant chase. Girls swooned over the enemy player as they closed in. "You can't escape," she whispered in triumph. Lin stopped. He was an emperor. He had never been the prey, only the ultimate, silent hunter. The woman flinched as he turned, hiding quickly, sensing a terrifying pressure radiating from his digital avatar. She recognized his quick reactions, but believed his weak character couldn't possibly land a finishing blow. She dismissed him as a clueless novice, a fatal mistake that would soon cost her everything. As she lunged, Lin's hands blurred across the keyboard, launching a strike of pure, divine precision. The invincible player fell. A death notification shocked the room as the loser claimed his throne. Lin's friend stood in shock, never imagining a mere boy possessed such god-tier skills. As he remained still, she checked if he was truly all right. Lin sighed, realizing his mortal vessel was too fragile to contain the sheer pressure of his spiritual energy. Back in the game, a huntress watched him vanish. She finally found her prey and wouldn't let this legendary phantom escape again. He always ran, but this time, she intended to finish him. She charged toward the protagonist with murderous intent in her eyes. Meanwhile, the boy continued his escape. Realizing she was closing in, he focused his remaining power into his lower body for speed. He hurled his blade toward the pursuing woman. She laughed, questioning if a boy really thought he could strike from that distance. In an instant, steel pierced her leg. She collapsed, staring at the sword in disbelief at his terrifyingly perfect accuracy and warning. Was this a sign to stop? Outside the virtual world, his friends urged her to give up on chasing the mysterious player. But the girl was obsessed. She demanded to contact the other side immediately, her heart racing as she whispered the protagonist's name. The protagonist's friend suddenly received a call. These high-status girls were desperate to meet the legendary boy who outplayed them all. They approached him, praising his amazing talent and begging for more matches. But the boy had no interest in their games anymore. Reminding them of their previous promise, Lin walked away. Later that evening, he arrived back at his quiet home, exhausted and weary. Collapsing onto his bed, he cursed his weak body. The next morning, as he headed to school, his cousins suddenly intercepted him. She demanded he tell everyone their marriage was a lie. In this world, a boy like him shouldn't be tied to nobility. Lin didn't care for their rumors and walked past her. His cousin stood frozen, fuming at his cold and incredibly arrogant attitude. In class, his friend whispered about a dangerous beauty named 𝒂𝒐𝒔. She was a legend, and she was looking for him. Word was, the boy had suffered enough since losing his first love. Everyone thought he was a fragile soul who needed protection. The friend insisted the girl wouldn't hurt a delicate guy like him. After all, men were the precious prizes of this society. But Lin's eyes flashed with a killing intent that silenced the room. Suddenly, the friend realized this boy wasn't just some baby. Then, the Ice Queen 𝑭𝒊𝒈 marched to his desk. She demanded they clarify the fake marriage before his reputation ruined her standing. Lin's friend defended him, telling her she was being too cruel. Lino was just a boy, and she should show mercy. The girl snapped back, wondering why everyone treated him like a saint. Did she actually have feelings for this mysterious protagonist? Entering the fray, Lin told her there was zero chance of them being together. He coldly ordered her to leave his sight. 𝒂𝒊𝒈 was stunned by his audacity. She warned him to never mention marriage again, blinded by her own pride to his worth. In the back, students whispered about Lin's iron will. He hadn't shed a single tear despite being humiliated by the school's beauty. Most boys would have fled in shame, yet he stood his ground. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted as a new predator entered. It was the girl he defeated in the game, flanked by her guards. The notorious 𝒂𝒐𝒔 had come to claim her prize. Rumors of her cruelty filled the air. Anyone who crossed her path usually vanished, yet she was heading straight for Lin. Approaching him, she revealed 𝒂𝒊𝒈 was her sister. She looked at the boy with a predatory hunger that made the room tremble. She called out his secret game name, 𝒊𝒈𝒏𝒈. The legendary warrior was actually this quiet boy, and she demanded he follow. Lin remained seated, his irritation peaking. He was once an undying emperor, not some plaything for a girl obsessed with a game. The other boys watched in envy, wondering how a loser like him got close to the school's most dangerous and beautiful queen. His friend begged him to just play along. If he went on one date with her, he could finally have his freedom. Muttering about how annoying these people were, Lin stood up. At the doorway, 𝒂𝒂 waited, her eyes filled with newfound fascination. She never expected the legendary 𝒊𝒈𝒏𝒈 to be a man. In a world where women dominated combat, this was a surprise. Times had changed, and a skilled man was now the ultimate rare prize. She began grilling him, desperate to confirm his identity. She demanded a private duel after class to test his true strength. To her, he was the most interesting prey she'd found. Lin dismissed her, claiming his win was pure luck before walking back. He had no time for these childish martial arts games. 𝒂𝒂's pride was wounded. Didn't this boy know who she was? Her companion noted that Lin seemed to fear nothing at all. They assumed his heartbreak had made him reckless. Little did they know, his soul was that of an ancient sovereign who feared none. Yudeng ordered her subordinates to bring the boy to her by noon. Back in class, the boys were buzzing with intense curiosity. They were convinced the goddess was attracted to him. His friend joked about taking him to Wu Mountain for a secret getaway. She promised to surround him with beautiful girls all weekend. The social status of this former loser was flipping at light speed. Lin gave her a look that could kill, warning her to stop. Misinterpreting his intensity, the girl blushed at his masculine dominance. She stuttered that he shouldn't be interested in her. Suddenly, another girl appeared, announcing that the huntress was waiting again. Lin sat ignored in the cafeteria, but his legendary appetite drew mocking stares from the judgmental crowd. As the losers whispered insults, Lin calmly ordered his meal to go unbothered by their petty judgment. This modern world felt suffocatingly loud, yet our protagonist remained unfazed, refusing to let mere insects irritate him. Suddenly, a mysterious shadow loomed, eyeing his physique with predatory intent, murmuring about his impending doom. She claimed his life would end in 1 year, offering a soul merge to survive, promising him ultimate power and desire. This otherworldly beauty turned every head, declaring Lin the chosen vessel for her 18-year rebirth into this realm. To her, his human life was a mere droplet, an insignificant speck, compared to her vast, eternal memories of war. She had crushed emperors and conquered worlds, yet her true goal remained out of reach, seeking to resurrect the demon kingdom. The emperor was a cunning fox, likely hiding in this world, and she had to tread carefully to avoid his traps. She marveled at this strange planet, remembering how the demon world once shunned her despite her legendary efforts. In her past life, being a woman meant constant rejection, no matter how many enemies she slaughtered for her father. Vile men only saw her as a prize, until she donned the mask of evil spirits, painting the world red with their blood. But here the tables had turned. Men were the fragile ones, while cultivation power remained a rare ancient secret. Her divine beauty enslaved every man's heart, especially that overweight loser who had supposedly been stalking her for ages. She decided to deal with him, directly locking eyes, with the boy prepared to crush his pathetic hopes forever. The Ice Queen demanded he stop following, declaring that a lowly commoner like him could never stand by her side. But Lin simply brushed past her, leaving the haughty goddess stunned and humiliated by his cold indifference. Confused, she assumed he was just acting shy. Surely, he was too embarrassed to admit his obsession with her beauty. She convinced herself his silence was out of shame, refusing to believe any man could ignore her presence. Meanwhile, Lin was just annoyed by her stalking, heading to the rooftop to escape the girl's relentless ego. She followed, thinking he sought isolation, mocking how physically weak the humans of this pathetic era had become. Was he planning to end it all? She recalled the former owner's friend, who had also plummeted to a tragic death. A sense of duty washed over her. She would fulfill the original host's will by saving this fragile boy. Racing to the summit, she prepared to intervene, unaware that the loser before her was far from ordinary. Seeing him on the edge, she tried to manifest her binding spell, desperate to freeze him in his tracks. But her spiritual energy was gone. Meanwhile, Lin was just enjoying the cool breeze, contemplating his next meal. Just as he decided to head down, the girl suddenly lunged forward, screaming for him to stop his desperate act. She grabbed his waist with all her might, but Lin was baffled, wondering why this crazy woman was manhandling him. His hidden weight caught her off guard, and they crashed down together, resulting in a sickening crack of her ribs. Lin groaned as he landed on her while she wheezed, claiming she had only tried to save his life. In agonizing pain, she blamed him for her injury as Lin realized she had mistaken his rooftop nap for suicide. He realized this world's distorted views, where men were seen as glass-hearted and women held all the power. Extending a hand, he told her to curb her wild imagination, as he only wanted some fresh air, not death. He bluntly stated he had zero interest in her, leaving the prideful beauty shattered as he walked away calmly. Mortified, she screamed at him to never return, while Lin laughed internally at her ridiculous, misplaced arrogance. She had just rejected an emperor's presence, a mistake she would soon regret, as Lin prepared for his next move. Back in class, his friend warned him that Yudang was hunting him, urging him not to flee after the bell. Lin dismissed the drama, but the girl insisted on accompanying him, hoping a simple game would settle the grudge. She begged him to throw the match, believing that letting Yudang win would finally end the relentless bullying. Lin's pride flared. He refused to lose to a mere girl, even if it was just a simple game. His friend continued her desperate pleas, but the boy remained cold, leaving her to face the consequences alone. The girl trembled in fear as the day ended while Lin stood up ready to leave the classroom. He reminded them of their destiny at Wushu Mountain before walking out, leaving a trail of mystery behind him. As he walked, he recalled the girl from the roof, wondering if her fragile human body had survived their fall. In this world, human lives were delicate treasures, and her broken ribs could become a major headache for him. To avoid a scandal, Lin seeks out the girl. He finds her trembling alone while the world watches. Trapped on the roof, the former demon princess curses her fragile mortal shell. The biting wind mocks her helplessness. Starving and broken, her pride refuses to beg. She never dreamed an invincible demon could fall to a boy. The conqueror of emperors had been humbled. Suddenly, footsteps echo. Lin appears through the shadows, watching her closely. She demands why he returned. Kneeling beside her, our hero realizes her condition is far worse than he imagined. His touch reveals shattered ribs. He coldly notes her lack of training, fueling the fallen empress's burning indignation. She blames him for her pain. Flustered, she watches as he discards his jacket, wondering what his intentions are. He gently wraps her in his warmth. Against the freezing gusts, the boy insists she accepts his humble protection. As he summons help, she stubbornly rejects the coat. She refuses to be indebted to someone so socially beneath her. He assumes she hates his scent. Yet, her shivering body forces her to finally accept his surprising, unearned kindness. She planned to discard it immediately. However, something about this boy felt strangely noble and unexpectedly gentle to her. In a world obsessed with male beauty, he is an outlier. Why would a social pariah show divine mercy? Suspicion lingers, but the medics arrive. As she is carried away, jealous whispers begin to stir among the bystanders. Humiliated, she vows to remember this moment. Night falls, and Lin returns to the den of his bitter oppressors. His cousin sneers, demanding explanations. Lin's voice is cold as ice, warning him that his patience has reached its limit. Zixuan senses a predatory aura. This loser is changing. Fearing this new aggression, he plots Lin's total expulsion. He intends to weaponize his mother's influence. One word, and the fat boy would be rotting on the streets. Lin's gaze hardens. He reminds the parasite that this house belongs to him alone. Furious, Zixuan raises a hand. The slap is intercepted with terrifying ease. Lin crushes the bully's wrist, pitying the pathetic weakness of his former tormentor. He isn't even worth the effort. Howling in pain, the cousin scurries away to cry to his daddy for protection. The uncle charges in, blinded by rage. He prepares to discipline the insolent brat, but the tables have turned. Like a tiger catching a fly, Lin stops the man midair. Shock paralyses the uncle as he faces Lin's power. "Don't tempt fate," Lin warns. The coward shrieks for help, painting himself as the victim of this violent monster. The aunt enters, expecting the usual loser. Instead, she finds a young man whose gaze commands absolute authority. Sensing his transformation, she demands a hollow apology. She believes her word is still law in this household. An emperor bows to no one. Lin refuses to repent for defending his pride, shocking those who once stepped on him. She threatens his allowance, hoping to break him. But money is a small price for his regained, legendary dignity. He retreats to his room, unfazed. Yet reality bites. Without funds, his journey to Wu Mountain remains a distant dream. Poverty is his first enemy. Desperate for resources, he gathers his meager belongings to sell on the digital marketplace. He posts his gear. Suddenly, his screen explodes with notifications as thirsty buyers swarm his profile in seconds. "Does it smell like you?" the girls ask. Their obsessive comments turn his simple sale into a chaotic frenzy. Even demons didn't terrify him this much. These predatory women are far more dangerous than any underworld monster. Strength is the only true currency. To cultivate, he must first rebuild this weak, sluggish vessel into a fortress. If he can master spiritual energy, worldly riches will follow. But currently, his mortal body is failing him miserably. Drained and powerless, he realizes the path ahead is grueling. A sudden call shatters his focus. It's time to move. His childhood friend checks in. She's worried about his reckless plan to conquer the dangerous peaks of Wu Mountain. She suggests postponing, but Lin is resolute. Destiny waits for no one, and he is ready to claim it. Dawn breaks on a new journey. Lin arrives at the station, his presence far more imposing than the day before. At breakfast, the cousin sneers about his failed romance. Lin ignores the fly buzzing in his ear, focused on power. Silence is his answer. Zixuan shivers, wondering what dark scheme this loser is secretly brewing behind that calm mask. "Keep acting like a beggar," Zixuan scoffs. Outside, the beautiful Yana waves him over, her eyes filled with confusion. She senses a shift in his soul. Since her rejection, the boy she once looked down upon has changed. Rumors of his household rebellion have spread. The former target is no longer the easy prey they all once knew. "Bringing him was a mistake," they whisper. To them, he's still just a heavy burden that will never reach the summit. Cruel laughter erupts as they mock his physique. But then, a voice of loyalty rings out, silencing the toxic crowd. Even as classmates, they shouldn't mock him. Lin Mo was no longer the coward they once knew. Ignoring the predator Yanui, he boarded. Tension peaked as the class bully suddenly blocked his path forward. "Why did you push Zixuan?" The bully barked. Everyone watched, waiting for the loser to finally crumble. "It is a misunderstanding," his friend pleaded. Lin Mo moved forward, away from the cruel, jeering crowd. The driver slammed the brakes. A mysterious figure waited at the next stop to join their journey. As Wu Mountain loomed, Lin Mo sensed a sharp presence. A motorcycle streaked across the dusty horizon. The bike skidded, forcing a violent halt. The rider removed her helmet, revealing the legendary, fierce Yutang. The air turned icy. Was she here for Lin Mo? His friend trembled, fearing a brutal confrontation. "Where's that fat boy?" Yutang demanded. Her sharp eyes scanned the bus for her specific target. She mocked his size, yet she could not look away. The entire bus erupted in cruel, mocking laughter. "Go home and play games with me," Yutang challenged. "Do this, and I might help your ex return." Lin Mo rejected his former lover instantly. He wanted nothing to do with her or their past relationship. Yutang's ego flared at his coldness. No one had ever defeated her, and this boy felt strangely different. "Will you come or not?" she challenged. Lin Mo's eyes narrowed as he spotted a familiar, glowing glimmer. Her necklace thrummed with a faint, ancient aura. A poorly refined treasure, yet extremely rare in this world. Do cultivators still exist here? He wondered. He agreed to play her game, but on his terms. The bet was set for after the climb. His friends watched as the social outcast took total charge. "You climb this mountain," Yutang mocked. She wanted to watch the fat loser fail before the crowd. A handsome rival offered Yutang a seat, desperate for attention. She ignored him, focused only on Lin Mo. She ditched her bike to board the bus. "Let us play now," she insisted, her eyes gleaming intensely. "If I win, I want a reward," Lin Mo stated. The stakes were higher than anyone there imagined. "Lose, and you are my servant forever," Yutang declared, ignoring every other boy on the crowded bus. The class was reeling in shock. Why was the school goddess obsessed with this strange social reject? Zixuan watched with growing envy. This nuisance was suddenly the center of their entire social universe. The digital battle began instantly. Lin Mo moved with a speed that defied all normal human reflexes. One fatal opening led to a devastating strike. The system announced, Momo Baby is the supreme winner. Silence fell. Yudeng stared at the screen, her undefeated streak shattered by the boy they called loser. Every move was calculated, he shrugged. To a former emperor, this game was merely simple child's play. Yudeng saw a genius. Lin Mo used cultivation. He stimulated his brain to achieve perfect, inhuman gaming precision. "Name your price," she whispered. His answer, "I want 10,000 in cold, hard cash right now." She offered his X back, but he refused. He only needed funds to begin his legendary physical ascension. The transfer was sent immediately. Lin Mo finally had the capital to forge his weak mortal body. She gave him her private number. "Answer when I call," she commanded, "but do not share this." Even as an emperor, I wasn't this arrogant, he mused, watching her play the part of queen. Yudeng stood up and demanded space. "Move," she ordered, her eyes fixed solely on the protagonist's seat. The girls hissed with jealousy. Yudeng was forcing her way into the mysterious boy's personal, private space. "Hurry up," she barked at her sister. The social hierarchy was flipping right before their very eyes. Zixuan was shoved aside. The loser was now the prize that every girl suddenly wanted to claim. He tried to introduce himself to the goddess. He hoped for just a shred of her royal attention. "Shut up," she snapped coldly. To her, every other boy was just an annoying and perfumed distraction. They arrived at the peak. The sheer height of Wu Mountain left the exhausted students trembling in fear. "Keep up or get left behind." The leaders yelled, but the group's energy had already shifted completely. Lin Mo watched them panting. Compared to his past life, these elites were nothing but pathetic worms. Once his true power returned, he would show them the true meaning of discipline and centuries-long suffering. His friend hesitated to help. Supporting him now meant social suicide, yet she could not look away. 20 minutes in, Lino was gasping. His body screamed to stop, but his soul refused to yield. The other boys looked delicate but were surprisingly fit. Seeing Lino falter, his friend felt a spark of pity. Since she brought him there, she offered a helping hand. "Do you need a boost?" she asked the exhausted boy. But Lino refused. "Go on ahead," he muttered. This fatigue was nothing compared to his brutal previous life. His friend wondered why he pushed himself so hard. She decided to leave him behind, uncaring if he failed. "I'm heading up," she called. "Just let me know if you can't climb anymore." The crowd watched in shock. This supposed loser had already climbed halfway. Meanwhile, the other boys collapsed, unable to take another single step forward. While others surrendered, Lin Mo's determination burned. Near the summit, he spotted a group descending from the peak. A girl stared in disbelief. He had actually made it all by himself. His resilience was simply on another level. His friend complained about the height, suggesting a restaurant instead. But Lin Mo was not turning back. "Go without me," he said. Irritated, she snapped, "Do you want to die?" But the others just let him be. 20 minutes later, he finally stood at the top. Yudeng was already there, her eyes wide with genuine shock and surprise. "You actually made it," she mocked. It was a pity he was so slow, arriving long after everyone else had left. He stood alone in the silence. Looking up, the boy gazed at the stars, feeling the thick spiritual energy swirling in the air. It wasn't enough to restore his full power, but it was a start. He could finally begin his true cultivation. This was the path to surpass the venerable demon. No matter how long it took, he would reclaim his throne at the top. Suddenly, Yudeng touched his shoulder. "What are you doing?" "Just looking at the view," he replied with a cold, distant calm. She found him incredibly annoying and far too quiet. Little did she know the dragon slumbering right in front of her. In his past world, as a supreme emperor, he would have executed her for such insolence 1,000 times over. Yudeng claimed the spot as her personal territory. Lino, playing the part, asked for help down, claiming to be exhausted. She tossed him a snack, declaring him her new companion. "I'm bored, so I'm leaving first," she said, vanishing down the trail. He opened the wrapper only to find her leftovers. Commoner food, he thought. Compared to beast carcasses, this was practically a feast. In his past life, he had survived on much worse. Sitting cross-legged, he prepared to begin his sacred marrow cleansing. Hours passed as he meditated. The sun dipped low. His friend called, shocked that he hadn't returned home yet. "I'm staying here," Lin-mo replied firmly. This place was perfect for his transformation over the long holidays. He messaged his aunt with zero hesitation. "I'll be away for a few days," he informed her, ending the call instantly. The holiday break had begun. Lin-mo walked to the reception desk with a singular focus and a legendary plan. "How much for a private room for 2 months?" he asked. The man quoted 8,000 yen for the entire stay. 8,000 yen later, his secluded training began. Day after day, he conquered the mountain with relentless, agonizing effort. The fruits of his labor were finally ripening. 2 months passed. His friend arrived, wondering if his bags were even packed. She hadn't spoken to him all break. Yudeng was pestering her, so she had to bring Lino back no matter what. Under pressure from Yudeng, she rushed to his room. She had to find him before things got even more complicated. Meanwhile, Lino stood before the mirror. His spiritual energy was still weak, but his physical form had changed completely. Looking like a literal Giga Chad, he smirked. Time to go back and pretend to be a mediocre student again. His friend finally tracked him down, but when she saw him, her jaw dropped. Who was this breathtakingly handsome stranger? She thought she'd entered the wrong room. Suddenly, she was imagining their entire future and a family together. Remorse washed over her for how she'd treated him. Embarrassed, she turned to flee, fearing he'd think she was some pervert. "Where are you going?" Lino asked coolly. "You're in the right place." She stuttered, asking if he was Lin-mo's friend. "I am Lin-mo," he stated. She couldn't believe it. Maybe they just shared the same name. It was impossible. "I just lost some weight," he said nonchalantly. Why was she so shocked? His transformation was beyond any logic. Everything about him had evolved drastically. Grabbing his bags, he signaled it was time to leave this place. That cold gaze, that sharp tone, it was definitely him. She wasn't dreaming. The loser had become a god. She deeply regretted her past coldness. Reaching out, she asked him to carry her bag, trying to regain control. But another girl suddenly appeared, offering her help to Lino. His friend scrambled to open the car door. "You look incredible," she stammered inside. The social status had flipped completely. The training had only just begun. The grueling mountain training finally bore fruit. Once Yan sees his transformation, she'll surely drown in regret for dumping him. Now every girl would swarm him with fake affection. Seeing through their shallow masks, Lin-mo told her to shut up. His friend wondered if the protagonist held a grudge. If she had been kinder before, perhaps they'd be a perfect couple. Yet a golden opportunity remained since she was closest to Lin. She claimed he must have suffered and offered a meal. However, the boy simply demanded to be taken home. Later, the young man finally arrived at his family residence. His friend promised to see him in a few days. Then, the other girl asked about visiting Yudeng. But Yano refused to take him anymore. She couldn't bring a beautiful lamb straight into a den of hungry wolves. Her only plan was to keep using Lin-mo's account. Meanwhile, Lin-mo stepped inside his family's home. The whole family gasped at his sudden appearance. They demanded to know who this stranger was and how he entered. The boy calmly revealed he was Lin-mo, just slimmer. Still, Vuen refused to believe such a handsome guy was him. Even with weight loss, he shouldn't be this attractive. His mother asked if he'd secretly undergone plastic surgery. The boy reminded her she controlled all his money. Since he was broke, how could he afford expensive procedures? He questioned if he'd still receive his allowance. His aunt suddenly offered to cover every expense and buy new clothes. But she warned him not to trouble his cousin again. If he misbehaved, she wouldn't give him a single cent. Standing up, Lin said he was already satisfied. His aunt finally realized this god-tier beauty was truly the protagonist. The next morning, he rode to school with his cousin. San wondered why the driver was moving so slowly today. The girl sped up but couldn't stop staring. She was captivated by the protagonist's newfound, overwhelming handsomeness. She wanted to keep observing the boy forever. When Lin stepped out, the entire crowd froze in pure shock. Everyone was mesmerized by his godlike visuals. His envious cousin wondered why Lin was stealing all the spotlight. Girls were frantically snapping photos of the mysterious hottie. The young man realized something felt very different now. He entered the classroom and headed for his seat. Another girl wondered if a top-tier transfer student had arrived. Liv thought he'd just lost weight, but this was extreme. He was normally average, yet now his presence was magnetic. A massive commotion suddenly erupted at the classroom door. Yuteng grabbed the friend, demanding the fat boy appear. She gave her 3 minutes to produce him, but Yano replied that the fat boy no longer existed. Yuteng threatened her, saying she'd regret lying. So Yano finally pointed toward the protagonist's seat. She revealed that this handsome student was actually Lin. Mo, the boy, had completely transformed over the break. Yuteng stared in total disbelief, fueled by rage. She screamed that this hunk could never be that loser, Lin. However, the protagonist confirmed it was no lie. He offered to train with her whenever she wanted after class. Stunned, Yuteng asked for his identity once more. Yano repeated that Lin Mo had conquered the mountain and changed. In her mind, Yuteng questioned if this was reality. Could that chubby loser truly become this stunning masterpiece? The boy asked her to stop using that nickname. Recognizing his voice and attitude, she realized it really was him. She declared that his weight didn't matter anymore. He was ordered to wait for her after the final bell. Yano explained someone else had played for him before. Lin Mo was actually just a beginner at the game. With a murderous gaze, Yuteng glared at her. She questioned how she dared insult Lin's gaming skills now. She realized Yano had used Lin's account to deceive her. She was the most arrogant person Yuteng had ever met. Leaving in a panic, Yano begged for mercy. She knew Yuteng would never let her go after this deception. Two girls whispered, questioning how he became so hot. They suspected he must have had major facial surgery. Suddenly, the teacher entered and ordered everyone to sit. She was excited to hear about their holiday breaks. However, she stopped dead in her tracks, eyes wide. She demanded to know who the handsome student was. Yano raised her hand. Identifying him as Lin Mo, she explained his drastic weight loss over the vacation. The teacher was stunned by his incredible transformation. She praised his hard work and asked if he'd like to move. A girl quickly protested, claiming a previous seat swap deal. Another girl claimed she'd grown taller and needed the back. Yano realized they were all shamelessly targeting her seat. She refused to let these predators near her friend. The teacher silenced the bickering and made a decision. The first person forced to move would be Yano. Two girls eagerly dragged her away from her desk. The protagonist's friend pleaded as she lost her precious spot. Jealous classmates whisper, asking if Lin's god-tier glow-up was actually just the result of a plastic surgeon's knife. Zixuan scoffs that there's no other way, but the teacher interrupts to announce a sudden seat shuffle for everyone. Fate shifts as Zhang is paired with Lin. The girls gasp, wondering if Zhang is worthy of such proximity. One girl seethes, claiming she'll tolerate this only because she couldn't let Yanhu hoard the new prince for herself. Observing his new neighbor, Lin notes the quiet, chubby boy. Finally, a peaceful spot away from the annoying social ladder. While Yanhu weeps over her lost seat, Lin stands. Instantly, a swarm of thirsty girls descends upon him like moths. They shower him with fake praise, complaining about their exhaustion just to bait a single word of advice from him. Yanhu watches the vultures, disgusted. When Lin was overweight, these girls treated him like trash, only she was different. Before they can suffocate him, Lin's voice turns to ice, commanding the crowd to move out of his way immediately. The girls scramble to obey, mesmerized. His cold attitude only makes him look more like an untouchable, high-spec protagonist. Zixuan's face twists in envy, but the girls mock him. Jealousy won't help now that Lin is the ultimate prize. In the cafeteria, the hunt continues. A girl desperately offers Lin her own seat just to earn his fleeting attention. He coldly declines the offer. To a master like him, these mortal women are transparent. their eyes filled with deceit. In the background, Yan watches him, heart aching. Fuan smirks, asking if she regrets dumping such a legendary diamond. Yan tries to act noble, claiming she isn't superficial, but the regret is written all over her shocked face. Another rival girl appears, vowing to pursue Lin. She masks her greed by claiming to love his inner personality. She claims surgery rumors don't matter, but Yanwi calls out her blatant hypocrisy. The battle for Lin's heart is war. Hypocrisy reeks in the air. Every girl is now obsessed with the boy they once collectively ignored and rejected. They admit they'd take fake beauty over reality any day, driven by a desperate need to claim him alone. As Lin walks the halls, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 appears. The once arrogant goddess is now bowing her head, desperate to apologize for everything. She admits her rejection was too sudden, begging for forgiveness while still fearing the weight of their arranged marriage. Lin grants a cold pardon and walks away, leaving the desperate girl calling out for him to wait. Yanu begged for forgiveness, but Lin just walked away. His cold silence left her heart aching with regret. She wondered if her cruelty turned him into this Ice King. Meanwhile, Lin arrived at school, seeking solitude. On his way up, he met the girl he'd crushed before. Was she back to steal his throne? She sensed his presence behind her, an aura she couldn't ignore. The former loser was now haunting her. He's like a main character, just less handsome, she scoffed, but Lin brushed past her without a glance. She felt a pang of rejection when he ignored her. Was he really aiming for the rooftop too? He was climbing fast, but she surged ahead with desperate speed. The race for dominance had officially begun. Lin sneered. How dare a mere mortal challenge his sanctuary? Their gazes locked in a silent, fiery clash. Understanding flashed between them as they sprinted. Neither would back down in this battle for the top. What happened to being a gentleman? She hissed. His speed was inhuman, leaving her completely breathless. She tried to play it cool, but losing was unthinkable. Falling to him would be a total disgrace. In this inverted world, a girl watches the chaos. She demands to know why Lin fled from the boy. He flips the question back. She is shocked he didn't chase her, but he refuses to beg for love. Enraged, she declares that a boy who ignores a lady's grace will surely remain alone and unmarried forever. Lin Mo scoffs. How could a supreme emperor, born from a divine bloodline, worry about such trivial mortal marriage? He mocks her selfishness as they reach the top. At last, they arrive at the heavy rooftop door. Jealous beauties blockade the gate, brawling for his favor. Lin prepares to unleash his hidden strength to break through. A sudden collision leads to a scandalous, heart-stopping touch. The girl's icy disdain instantly melts into a flustered, burning desire. Flushing with heat, he seizes the rooftop, declaring his new sanctuary. My territory now, she gasps, stunned he dares defy her status. How dare you touch me? He roared, striking her across the face. Know your place in this world, he commanded coldly. He realized that in this gender-flipped era, a man's body was a sacred treasure. She had crossed a forbidden line. Lin Mo's arrogance triggers her. She calls him shameless while he checks his phone. He threatened to call the police. The girl's rage flared as she recorded him. She froze mid-sentence. Suddenly, she remembered the laws of this new, reversed world. Women who struck men were social outcasts. One mistake meant expulsion and total disgrace. She cursed at him for playing the victim. She knew the world would believe him instantly. Snarling that men were too much trouble, she retreated. Lin was finally rid of her. Relief washed over him. That girl was a headache, but duty was calling him. The morning news caught his eye. A disturbing report from a local farm appeared. His eyes widened. Hundreds of chickens were found dead, drained into desiccated, dry husks. This wasn't a virus. This was the work of a familiar, dark, demonic artifact. He remembered the demon's blade, a cursed steel that devoured every creature it touched. Their final battle flashed back. Both legendary swords had shattered, warping their very reality. Had that monster survived? To reach immortality, Lin followed the divine path of heaven. But the demon's path was paved in blood. Investigating this farm was now his mission. Sunset arrived. The schoolgirls still hovered, drawn to Lin's new, divine handsomeness. Yanan approached, desperate to walk him home, but Lin's mind was strictly on business. She warned him of the danger. Yudang and her sister were predators to avoid. She spoke of boys lost to deception. Lin, however, had no time for female drama. He told Yuner to keep her distance. The girl's heart skipped a beat in confusion. She watched him leave, stunned. He had far more important goals than high school romance. Yuner called out. She had spent all summer searching for this new, untouchable man. She vowed to fix things with Yudang, anything to earn a crumb of Lin's attention. Meanwhile, Lin sped toward the city outskirts. The demon's scent was growing much stronger. Even if his soul shattered, he would erase that monster from this world today. He reached the farm. His spiritual reserves were low, but he had no choice. Casting a detection spell, his blood ran cold. The demonic chi here was overwhelming. A figure emerged from the shadows. A voice called out his name from behind. It was Yudang, removing her helmet. She was shocked to find him in the wild. Was this destiny or a trap? Lin wondered how she had found this place. She claimed a taxi driver turned predator, forcing her to flee into the dark. She teased his old, ugly self, but her eyes betrayed her. He was gorgeous now. She warned him. Handsome men were rare prizes, hunted by dangerous human trafficking rings. In this world, a beauty like him needed protection. She told him to stay alert. She reached for her phone to call the law, asking for the car's plates. Lin drew a blank. Yudang sighed, heading off to send an urgent secret message. Lin realized the truth. Yudang wasn't just a girl. She was tracking the demonic energy. She returned, blushing. His weight loss had turned him into a legendary heartthrob. Donning her helmet, she hid her face. Her heart raced at his sheer handsomeness. He questioned her strange gear. Was she more than just a typical high schooler? She brushed it off. How could she admit she was mesmerized by his face? She joked about her custom helmet. If it broke, the jealous girls would riot. Her path led straight into the darkness. Lin followed, sensing the looming, ancient threat. Yudang breached the perimeter. She moved like a professional into the high-danger zone. A sinister old woman appeared. She questioned the girl's presence with a cold sneer. Yudang leveled her gun instantly. No more games. The tension was thick and suffocating. She invoked the demon cultivator law. The old woman's farmer act was finally over. A hidden blade flashes. Yudang senses the killing intent and strikes first. Pathetic acting, Yudang sneers, seeing through the demon's desperate facade. Her sword spell awakens. The demon begs, still feigning innocence. A mere chicken-tier cultivator, Yudang mocks her dark potential. A genius, outshining any monk. The demon realizes she's met a monster. Keep talking, Yudang charges, her blade humming with killing intent. The blade pierces her chest, but Lin Mo senses something sinister. No effect. The demonic sword energy leaves Yudang paralyzed with shock. This wasn't a normal demon. It was an ancient, terrifying presence. A deadly lunge. Yudang barely dodges a blow meant to kill. A fist of lethal mana. Yudang throws a desperate spiritual seal. The talisman burns away. The creature's counterattack is brutal and relentless. Blood sprays as she's crushed. Is this how the genius falls? Suddenly, Lin Mo appears. Run! Yudang screams, fearing for the boy. Watch your tone, he murmurs. Yudang is frantic, unaware of his power. The beast freezes in midair. I told it to stay, Lin says. The demon collapses in terror. A godlike aura erupts from Lin. Yudang gasps for air. Just who is this man? She wonders. Miles away, an ancient bell rings. The world trembles at his awakening. The heaven-sealing bell. The master's heart skips a beat in fear. Great elders fall to their knees. A legendary being has returned. The Tao Father has reincarnated. Back at the scene, Lin waits. The demon vanishes, leaving a shard, a remnant of a legendary blade. Lin Mo absorbs the essence, risking a trap for a power boost. Darkness is purged away. Now he must deal with the witness. He's so handsome. With a flick, 𝑭𝒊𝒈 wipes her memory. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 faints as he examines her. Her spiritual root is peerless. A hidden dragon here. He realizes this world hides many secrets. Soul agony strikes. His residual spirit is at its breaking point. He stumbles away, only to be cornered. 2 predators eye him. Come play with us, cutie. They treat the master like a toy. Move or regret it. They laugh, finding his resistance charming. Too weak to lift a finger. Just be a good boy, they sneer. Get your hands off him. 𝑭𝒊𝒈 arrives like a vengeful goddess. Fists fly as they fight back. 𝑭𝒊𝒈's arts are a dance of death. 2 swift kicks end it. Why didn't you fight, you idiot? Always aim for their vitals. 𝑭𝒊𝒈 just looks at her, confused. The chest, do you know nothing? She can't believe he's so helpless. You're coming with me. She drags the confused prize to her bike. Stop talking and get on. The pair roars into the night. Holding her waist feels scandalous. 𝒔 struggles with these bold women. This machine is surprisingly fast, though his flying sword was superior. They arrive in the dead of night. A fated encounter begins. How much for the ride? Forget it, you chubby loser. Don't call me that, he sighs, but she sees a boy to protect. He shrugged off the insults, but then she recalled his past mistake. The boy left her waiting. His family rules were strict. Go home early. He couldn't walk alone, but 𝑭𝒊𝒈 had an emergency she couldn't ignore. Her phone rang suddenly. A powerful evil entity had appeared in the city. She had to move. Mounting her bike, she chased the dark target. At a corner, she paused. The boy's shampoo scent was haunting her mind. Back at school, jealousy flared. 𝒐𝒗𝒆𝒓 accused him of causing more trouble. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 claimed he lacked control. She whispered that the girl was stressed. 𝒔 ignored their noise. He walked toward his sanctuary in silence. His power was unstable. One wrong move could shatter his cultivation base. He possessed a sword fragment. Suddenly, a knock echoed at his door. It was 𝑦𝒊𝒈, alone. She looked at him with newfound, desperate longing. Looks weren't everything, but now she realized she truly loved her cousin. She begged for forgiveness. Would grandmother want us to marry? She asked. 𝒔 slammed the door. She cried out, begging him to believe her love. Marry her? Never. As a former emperor, he wouldn't lower his status. His spiritual level was high, yet the peak was still miles away. He focused on meditation. The next day, the school girls were buzzing. They called him a movie star, but his heart was made of ice. He was growing more handsome. Every gaze in the room followed him. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 watched from afar. A girl tried to invite him but failed. Why so cold? They wondered. No one could understand his sudden change. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 felt a sting of unease. She stood up to claim her prize. I'll bring him here, she declared. 𝒐𝒗𝒆𝒓's face twisted with pure rage. She didn't care for his hatred. She just wanted 𝒔 to look back. 𝒐𝒗𝒆𝒓 threatened to cut her off. He had zero respect left for 𝒔. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 didn't hesitate. Having 𝒔 in her arms was worth any price. Girls swarmed him like moths. He wondered why these women were obsessed. 𝑭𝒊𝒈 barked an order. To my table now, she commanded the boy. The room froze in shock. Did the school's queen actually like him? He couldn't believe her audacity. She was still treating him like trash. He hurried toward the terrace. Someone might steal his precious resting spot. 𝑭𝒊𝒈 watched him rush away. Her friends called him arrogant and bold. Her blood boiled with fury. I'll kill him after class, she hissed. He reached the terrace at last, but the Empress was already there. I arrived first, she claimed. 𝒔 refused to move an inch back. I won the race, he countered. She laughed, claiming she let him win. He challenged her again, a race downstairs to settle the score forever. She mocked his running skills. Is that all you can do? She sneered. You'll never marry like this. 𝒔 countered with cold, calm confidence. Choose any game, he dared. A sly smile crossed her beautiful face. She grabbed a cup of pieces. A game of wits was about to begin. 𝒔 recognized the ancient game. The Empress offered him a dangerous deal. If you win, ask for anything. The boy sat ready for battle. She was far too confident. Little did she know his thousands of years. Her skills were elite, yet Lin was a pro from another world. Two legends face off. The air crackles as the final match begins. Pure focus. Lin wonders if she's a reincarnated master of the game. Sunset falls. The girl realizes her absolute dominance is finally crumbling away. Just surrender, he mocks. Her legendary pride is about to be shattered. She hides her fear, dismissing him with the grace of an empress. Lin's phone rings, but his warrior spirit refuses to leave without victory. Annoyed, she captures the board. This war will resume tomorrow morning. As she stands, her legs fail. She collapses onto our handsome protagonist. A cozy, soft contact. The cold beauty is suddenly flushed with heat. She's mortified. How could she fall for the guy she once rejected? Lin snaps her forehead. Watch those spheres, pervert, he mocks her coldly. She vows revenge. Tonight, she'll study the blade of ultimate gaming tactics. Outside, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 calls. She's furious her rare prize isn't answering her. She orders him to the gate. Lin suspects her secret cultivation power. He claims he was napping. She's stunned by his cool, nonchalant attitude. She demands a rematch, dragging him onto her bike like a trophy. Her mansion is massive. A rare boy enters the tiger's den alone. Games everywhere. Lin searches for the secret behind her insane cultivation. Aren't you scared to be alone with me? She teases him wickedly. She mocks his glow-up. The former loser is now a handsome prize. One swift strike, he rejects her touch with cold, overwhelming power. His martial arts are god-tier. Even an elite cultivator falls in seconds. 𝑭𝒊𝒈 demands 300 rounds. She will make him submit tonight. Lin wins again and again. The slaughter of a goddess has begun. 47-0. The gaming queen is left utterly broken and defeated. He stealthily leaves a mysterious object under her table before making his exit. She begs for more, but our protagonist leaves by taxi instead. Under the desk, his secret gift begins to move with mechanical life. Elsewhere, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 seethes with jealousy over a photo of the two. She trashes her room in a rage. No one touches her Lin. A sinister purple crystal whispers, offering her the power for dark revenge. It's the divine sword of immortality, seeking a host for its return. Blinded by obsession, she accepts the pact to become an immortal goddess. The hidden device under the table starts to move with mechanical life. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 seethes in her room, wondering where her prize boy went. A message arrives. An unbelievable photo is about to shatter her world. It's Lin and 𝑭𝒊𝒈. Her blood boils with pure, unadulterated jealousy. She trashes her room. How dare she take my man into her house? She curses 𝑭𝒊𝒈. Suddenly, a purple crystal offers her a dark deal. Who's there? She cries. The sinister presence demands she shows her worth. A malicious face appears. It promises to grant her every dark desire. Are you a witch? She asks. The entity mocks her empty, jealous brain. It's the divine, immortal sword. It offers her godhood for her help. Driven by obsession, she accepts. She'll become a goddess for his love. In that instant, a dark entity branded the girl, embedding a violet crystal into her brow. The beast demanded her soul, merging their forms, yet she felt no surge of divine power. When asked for her deepest desire, she begged for the forbidden art of absolute hypnosis. Such petty magic was easy. Now, 𝑭𝒊𝒈 envisioned the legendary Lin Mo as her personal slave. Elsewhere, our hero calculates his next move, waiting for 𝑭𝒊𝒈 to finally expose her hidden secrets. With a silent hand seal, his puppet spirit awakened, watching 𝑭𝒊𝒈's every move from the shadows. Seeing her play, he doubted her status. Could such a girl truly be a high-level cultivator? 𝑭𝒊𝒈 seethed with rage. How could she lose to the loser she once looked down upon? Lin Mo vowed total dominance. Suddenly, 𝑭𝒊𝒈 recalled her urgent mission and vanished into the night. As she left, she donned a tactical suit, preparing for a hunt that required lethal precision. Her armory was vast. Lin Mo watched, noting that even low-tier gear was rare in this era. As she bolted, the paper doll clung to her, a silent observer of her dangerous double life. The secrets were about to unfold. Yudeng reached her destination, focused on her target's peculiar scent. Distracted by the protagonist's intoxicating fragrance, she entered the skyscraper to finish her grim task. Behind the doors, cheers erupted. A celebration for newlyweds was reaching its peak of joyous energy. The wedding gala was grand. Taking the stage, the bride prepared to address her prestigious guests. She spoke of gratitude while Yudeng watched from the crowd, waiting for the clock to strike. The ceremony concluded. Lenu and Shuku were officially wed, and the real party was about to ignite. As the festivities began, the bride checked on her husband, noticing his strange, exhausted aura. He insisted he was fine, needing only a drink and a change of clothes to recover. Suddenly, Yudeng blocked their path. Fear gripped the groom as he recognized the deadly hunter before him. "Your wish is granted," Yudeng declared coldly. "Now it's time for you to face your judgment." The man snarled. Did she think killing him would be easy? Dark energy surged as he transformed. A monstrous werewolf emerged. Yudeng danced through the air, her talismans glowing with lethal spirit power. Her blade flashed like lightning. With a single, devastating strike, the beast was brought to its knees. In a blur of steel, his head rolled. The bride screamed, witnessing her lover's gruesome execution. Dying, he lamented his fate. To perish in such a pathetic form was a true disgrace. He reverted to human form as she held him, crying out for an ambulance that would never come. "I'll kill you," she raged. But Yudeng remained calm, revealing the dark truth about her beloved husband. He was a monster who drained women's life force, turning them into mindless slaves. It was only business. With a memory-wiping talisman, Yudeng erased the horror, leaving the bride in a peaceful, ignorant slumber. "Clean this up," she commanded. Little did she know, Lin Mo was watching from the floor. The doll sprang to life. Lin Mo realized this fox shifter's soul was far too valuable to waste. Our hero began the forbidden rite of reincarnation, intent on claiming this spirit as his own. Golden aura erupted from the paper doll, pulling the dying soul from its shattered vessel. The extraction was absolute. The fox's soul surged into the doll, binding their fates forever. The doll transformed, sprouting long silver hair. The tiny creature bolted, racing toward its true master. Minutes later, it landed in Lin Mo's hand. The master was waiting, hidden in the shadows. The fox spirit trembled, fearing death, yet regretting the love he was forced to leave behind. "Chenu," Lin Mo whispered, "do you wish for true death or a second chance at life?" From the abyss of darkness, the spirit screamed his refusal to die. His journey wasn't over. He had promises to keep. Lin Mo smiled, offering a deal that would defy the heavens. 10 years of service for a new life. The fox opened his eyes, now a stunning violet. An adorable fox boy with silver hair emerged, confused by the divine ritual surrounding his new form. Looking at his silent master, he wondered, what kind of godlike power did this boy possess? The summoner trembled in awe. He stood before the ultimate powerhouse of his dreams. Chenu crashed to his knees. "I am your servant," he pledged within the ritual. He offered his eternal loyalty. Serving such a master was the highest possible honor. Lin Mo demanded the world's secrets. The fox prepared to reveal the truth of cultivation. "Where shall I begin, master?" "Start with the path to supreme power," he ordered. The world's energy has withered. Cultivators are now forced into dangerous, secret dimensions. The great clans control everything. Freedom is a luxury that commoners can never afford. Without a bloodline, you are nothing. Connections are the only key to the true sex. They use humans as living fuel. Aspirants are harvested and destroyed for the elite's growth. This is a demonic path. Desperation turned them into monsters, the fox confirmed solemnly. Energy is scarce, so they hunt. The community stays at war with these evil soul stealers. "Is she like Xia Yudeng?" The fox smirked, confirming her status as a true legend. "She is the Xia family's pride, a genius from one of the 3 ruling pillars." "Does an immortal realm exist?" The fox lowered his head, that truth was lost. "Let me visit my beloved." "Go," 𝑭𝒉𝒊𝒔 replied, "but keep your identity hidden." A master of such mercy, pleasing an immortal was simpler than he had imagined. The next morning brought a shock. From inside a backpack, the fox watched the world. "My master is a mere student. No, he must be a god walking among mortals." The girls are absolutely obsessed. Every female gaze was locked onto his master's aura. "He is the ultimate prize. If I were a woman, I'd be smitten too." What darkness does he plot? Those calm eyes seem to hide 1,000 forbidden desires. 𝒉𝒊𝒈 arrived at his desk. A mysterious collection of snacks was waiting for him. "Is this from that annoying girl?" He suspected his persistent ex, the beautiful 𝑦𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. "I remembered your favorite treats." 𝑦𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 appeared, her smile hiding a calculated charm. "Keep your hands off him." His cousin intervened, her eyes blazing with sudden protectiveness. "He is my future fiancé." The surrounding boys watched, their hearts drowning in jealousy. A jealous suitor raised a hand. 𝒉𝒊𝒈 caught his wrist with bone-shattering precision. What a pathetic display of weakness. His own kin couldn't even handle a simple slap. "Bother him and you'll suffer." The girl's warning felt like a blade to the throat. The coward fled in tears. The legendary guru was left in peace at last. "Call me if you need help," the other girls whispered, stunned by the new dynamic. The loser has become a king. His newfound confidence was simply too magnetic to resist. Lunchtime brought a new storm. "Someone is trying to steal your man," they cried. "Let her have that fat loser," the president scoffed, hiding her own rising interest. A chilling presence entered the room. The ex-girlfriend returned with a look of pure malice. "𝒉𝒊𝒈, come eat with me." A bold invitation that silenced the entire school cafeteria. "She's just trying to provoke you." But Jia Yudang's patience had finally reached its limit. "I'll crush him if he annoys me." The blonde's fury was a storm ready to break. A flicker of rage crossed him. 𝒉𝒊𝒈 followed his ex, leaving a trail of whispers. "I still have much to master." Centuries of cultivation shouldn't have left him this frustrated. Master is truly a legendary player. Even the Ice Queen is burning with pure jealousy. Did he really just ignore me? The president's pride was wounded by his cold indifference. Forget that bold little brat. Yet the fat guy was all she could think about. The courtyard was heavy with tension. She waited there, her eyes full of hidden fire. Hostility sharper than any blade. 𝒉𝒊𝒈 sat down, ready for the coming confrontation. The battle intensifies. She anticipated his tactical strikes, but the main character isn't backing down. Her strategic counter was ready, yet she can't help but admire his brilliance, acknowledging his legendary gaming prowess. Suddenly, his stomach growls breaking the tension. He pulls out a lunch box with a perfectly stoic face. The smell of home cooking fills the air as he snaps his chopsticks ready to feast mid-duel. She mistakes his hunger for a display of dominance, thinking he's mocking her by eating while he wins. He casually brushes it off, claiming hunger takes priority while she fears his old habits might return. She probes about the legendary fat loser who haunted this spot, but he feigns total ignorance, maintaining his cool mask. Disgust flickers across her face, recalling that heavy eyesore, but a notification suddenly shatters her composure. A viral photo appears in the girls' group. Her eyes widen in shock as the truth begins to dawn. The realization hits like a truck. This handsome god before her is the very same reject she despised. With trembling hands, she shoves the phone in his face, demanding an explanation for this impossible transformation. He displays peak shamelessness, claiming he's never seen such an obese stranger, denying his past life entirely. She fumes, calling 𝒉𝒊𝒈 the world's worst liar, yet she senses the pain behind his mask. She decides to drop it, respecting his silent resolve. After all, her intentions aren't what they seem. Searching her bag, she retrieves his freshly washed blazer, worried it might be too loose for his lean frame. A spark of surprise ignites in his gaze as he accepts the garment, completely stunned by her kindness. She quickly stands, declaring their duel a draw, deeply impressed by his hidden depths and skill. He boasts of his peerless talent, admitting she's the first to ever push him this far, respect earned. Their rivalry supposedly ends here, but the silence between them screams of unfinished business fate isn't done yet. He calls out with burning conviction, challenging her to a best-of-3 to decide the ultimate victor. Her face lights up with a radiant smile. "I am 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒏𝒈, she announces, surprising him completely. The name rings a bell, but his spirit fox interrupts, stunned that every goddess is falling for him. The fox marvels at his irresistible charm, but he remains focused, asking about the source of demonic energy. The little spirit explains everything flows from the Dark Gate Network, a secret world of forbidden resources. The Shadow Clan guards these treasures, serving both demonic masters and elite families in a world of secrets. Wealth is the only key. Even the righteous can buy shadows if their pockets are deep enough. Curious, he asks how one acquires such riches. The fox reveals a world of blood and gold. Assassination missions offer high pay, but there's a much faster way to build an empire. Find a benefactor. The fox suggests he's a natural prize. Why work when a sugar mommy would fund his ascension? He instantly grabs the cheeky creature, who squeals in protest, realizing he crossed a line with his master. Stuffed back into a pocket, he's warned to stay silent as 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔 plans his next cultivation move. Tonight's mission: master the art of spiritual amulets, as the school falls into a haunting silence. Classes end, and a blonde bombshell calls out his old nickname, testing the waters of their new dynamic. He effortlessly dodges her, igniting her fiery temper. She won't let him ignore her presence anymore. She complains about his ex-girlfriend's provocations, seeking his protection after the daytime drama. The rivalry heats up. He coldly corrects her. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒏𝒈 isn't his ex, but the blonde refuses to back down now. She demands cooperation, offering a wild motorcycle ride to escape the tension, a seductive invitation he can't ignore. He remains unreadable, a stone-cold statue, while she flashes a devious, tempting smirk of victory. She teases, asking if he needs a lift or if he can handle the heat on his own. He agrees, and she calls him a good boy, unaware of the jealous eyes watching from the shadows. A hidden watcher curses the blonde, desperate to claim 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒏𝒈, resisting the urge to use dark hypnosis. She wants him to surrender willingly, body and soul, as they blast away from the school gates. The speed is insane. He warns her she's going too far, but she just laughs mischievously. She calls him naive for trusting a woman, but he fires back with a suggestive question. "Are you really that interested in me?" She skids to a stop, her face turning beet red. She sneers, asking if her cold rejection wasn't clear enough. Our hero calmly meets her gaze. "Are you absolutely certain?" he asks. She scoffs with total disdain, refusing him with all her might. He simply shrugs it off with ice-cold indifference. "We're just colleagues," he reminds her. Yudeng fumes, bragging that elite men are lining up just to date her. She claims she'd never even glance at a loser like him if it weren't for their gaming connection. Hidden in his pocket, the fox spirit is speechless. When did his master become such a cunning mastermind? He planted a tracking doll using a simple sheet of paper. His technique is truly beyond legendary. Later at home, our hero contemplates the Dark Gate Network. He summons his small companion to begin the operation. With lightning-fast keystrokes, he prepares to breach the network. "I'll gain access in record time," he declares confidently. He slams the enter key with divine force, breaking through. But the fox accidentally lands on a very suspicious website. It's a scandalous den of adult content and rental ladies. The fox stares at the suggestive titles in total shock. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒏𝒈 wonders if they've hit a dead end, but the fox insists this is the gateway to the treasure page. He discovers the hidden world of cultivation commerce. Even low-tier immortal weapons here are considered godlike artifacts. Essential items like 1,000-year-old ginseng are listed, but in this world, these treasures cost a fortune. With prices exceeding $100,000, he's broke. The fox suggests a desperate plan, selling his photos to rich women. Our protagonist is offended by the suggestion of becoming a toy. "Do I really look that desperate for cash?" he snaps. He demands to know how much the fox has saved. The little apprentice admits he only has 30,000 in his account. Grabbing the mouse, the hero smiles. "That's more than enough to start my empire," he claims. The white-haired fox is skeptical of the plan. Does his master really intend to craft high-level talismans now? Chenu suggests finding an easier path to riches. Talismans are notoriously difficult to craft with such low-quality materials. "I'll start with low-level charms just for the profit," he explains. He tells the fox not to worry about the quality. He dismisses his apprentice to go back to training. The hero prepares his workspace with focused intensity. The fox remains doubtful of the outcome. He fears they are just creating useless junk with these cheap tools. The next day, Lin Mo dons a secret identity. Disguised in a mask and glasses, he waits for his delivery. A courier arrives, calling for the mysterious white fox. Our hero steps forward to claim the large, heavy package. The delivery man begs for a 5-star rating for his speed. The hero is impressed by how fast the Shadow Clan operates. This logistics network is truly efficient. He considers giving the man the rating he asked for. The fox explains that the Shadow Clan's network is massive. Their influence rivals even the most powerful ancient families. Minutes later, the hero stares at the blank papers. The fox wonders if he's truly ready for this daunting task. Great talisman masters spend decades perfecting this divine art. Even the best only have a 30% success rate. Our hero simply sighs and closes his eyes. He begins to channel his inner power into the brush. His hand moves like a blurring phantom across the paper. "The dragon talisman is complete," he announces instantly. The fox is paralyzed with absolute shock. How could he draw such complex symbols in a single breath? He even produced 2 at once with perfect precision. The fox swears he saw a golden dragon manifest in the room. "Quiet down, these are just low-tier scraps," the hero says. He laments his low spiritual power, only allowing for 2. He needs more spiritual stones to reach his true potential. He lists the items online for $500,000. The bids skyrocket the moment the listing goes live. Anonymous buyers are fighting over his work like starving wolves. The fox explains that talismans are the ultimate currency. Cultivators and commoners alike crave their protection and power. Suddenly, our hero senses something through his tracking spell. He taps into the vision of the paper doll he planted. He sees the blonde girl exhausted and hunting for clues. She is scrolling through the dark network with heavy eyes. Investigating a missing child has left her completely drained. Then, her eyes widen as she spots the hero's listing. A high-quality talisman with an invisibility effect. She is stunned by the rare find and its incredible specs. She decides she needs it for her dangerous mission. Little does she know, she's buying from the guy she rejected. The hero realizes a spiritual stone is within his reach, but the mention of a missing demon piques his curiosity. Could this be linked to the legendary venerable demon? The next day at school, the atmosphere is heavy. During lunch, 3 bullies block his path on the stairs. They begin to hurl insults at the secret cultivation genius. They sneered, accusing him of playing dress-up for attention while remaining the same worthless trash inside. Our protagonist's gaze remains cold and lethal. Meanwhile, his ex-girlfriend secretly enjoys this new predatory game. She viewed this hypnosis as a perfect chance, wearing an arrogant and dangerously threatening expression. "Out of my way," the main character warns coldly, instantly provoking the irritated crowd blocking his path. The boys bark, asking if Lin Mo has a death wish, swearing they will end him right here. Before the insults could continue, a massive hand gripped him. Our hero slams the bully against the wall. A single brutal strike knocks him cold. With an irritated glance, our main character looks at the rest. The other 2 goons tremble in horror, wondering if the boy they once bullied has become death itself. His ex-girlfriend tries to seize the moment, but a mysterious black-haired girl suddenly blocks her path. "Stop tormenting him," she shouts. "It is the board game partner our main character met earlier." She demands the truth, while the weeping bully, Lee, lies, claiming he only wanted to be friends. The young woman stares him down, doubting his pathetic story since there is no proof of his honesty. The ex-girlfriend snaps, insulting the girl for ruining her play, before masking her face with fake concern. Pretending she just arrived, she asks if our main character is hurt, acting like a worried saint. She blames the other girl for the chaos, then offers a hollow thank you for helping her man. She promises a future lunch as gratitude, grabbing the main character's hand to lead him away. Suddenly, the black-haired girl grips her hand, confidently stating that taking advantage of a defenseless man is detestable. Furious, the ex-girlfriend snarls, telling the stranger to stay out of her private affairs immediately. Our protagonist tells her to drop it so they can leave, leaving the ex-girlfriend fuming in silence. Heen feels her control slipping and tries her hypnosis, but the mental attack is instantly shattered. Her internal demon warns her to stop using magic today, sensing a terrifying presence nearby. The black-haired girl mocks her, noting she already dumped the main character once before. She walks past, leaving the brown-haired ex-girlfriend trembling with a lethal dose of pure, unadulterated rage. Shaking with anger, she curses the shameless dog for no longer obeying her every command. Later that evening, our main character returns home and fires up his computer with his small companion. Kenu mentions an offer of 2 spiritual stones and massive cash from a very mysterious buyer. Realizing this buyer knows true value, our hero suspects the offer comes from the wealthy blonde girl. He wonders if she is with the Phoenix Group, sensing a potential trap behind the massive offer. Lin Mo recalls the Phoenix Group's reputation for hunting demonic cultivators, questioning their true motives. The small fox explains a trap is unlikely, as the Dark Gate network handles demonic cleanup daily. With the Phoenix Group's help, the network stays clean. Suddenly, a new notification pings on the screen. The meeting spot is Fang Tong Station. Though it looks ordinary, our protagonist remains cautious. He dons his usual disguise, despite his fox companion insisting the secure delivery site makes it unnecessary. The next day, classes end, and the delivery is completed smoothly without a single hitch. After his 200,000 commission, he has 700,000 left in valuable spiritual stones. Still, he is disappointed by the pathetic quality of resources found in this modern world. Our young hero absorbs the raw materials instantly, feeling a spark of his old spiritual power returning. He crafts 2 more talismans, manifesting a massive, ethereal dragon from the enchanted paper slips. He orders his companion to list them on the Dark Gate network as the fox monitors the comments. Users are losing their minds, praising the legendary master who created such high-tier divine talismans. Lin Mo scoffs at how backward this world is, amazed they worship a simple first-level talisman. The fox yelps in excitement as someone bids $3 million for the main character's creation. The price explodes to $4 million in seconds, sending the dark network into a total frenzy. In a high-tech facility, experts scream in disbelief that a first-level talisman could cost millions. A voice over the intercom announces that the legendary invisibility talisman has officially been sold. That encounter was far from ordinary. Now, they were desperate to unmask the hidden creator inside that blonde girl's mansion. Glaring at her high-tech monitors, her irritation spiked. Something on the screen was testing her legendary patience. With one cold click, another million was added to the skyrocketing talisman auction. Our hero watched the chaos with folded arms. He observed the frantic bidding war, while silencing his small companion to ensure their presence remained a total secret. The price peaked at a staggering $15 million in cash. Desperate cultivators flooded the chat, begging to meet the mysterious master. Our hero realized the danger was rising. Being a rare prize in this world meant everyone was now hunting for him. He decided to vanish into the shadows. Every power-hungry cultivator would soon be coming to claim his divine strength. But first, he checked on the blonde girl's progress. He needed to see how far her investigation had actually gone. Later at the estate, he noticed she was still hunting for clues. The mystery was deeper than she ever imagined. Young men were vanishing without a trace. All were pure virgins, a dark sign pointing directly toward the Demon King. He watched Yu-Tang's real-time surveillance, but a strange shiver ran down his spine. This was getting far too intense. He never expected her to have such dark obsessions. Suddenly, she stiffened, her eyes fixed on something truly hideous. She slammed the table in pure disgust. To her, this person was a visual disaster that no hairstyle could ever save. This wretched individual was scouring the internet for a miracle. He was desperate to fix his truly horrendous appearance. He hunted for any filter that could grant him beauty. He was willing to try anything to escape his ugly reality. His mind turned to extreme plastic surgery and facial reconstruction. He wanted to rewrite his entire physical existence. From a flat stomach to longer legs, he craved perfection. Yu-Tang felt her soul dying just looking at him. She admitted that even the most annoying person was a saint compared to this absolute visual atrocity. Lunchtime arrived at school. The blonde girl's words were white noise until a new predator appeared before our protagonist. A beautiful dark-haired girl challenged him to a match. She didn't want an easy win against the boy everyone coveted. Silence filled the air as he stared at the board. He wasn't in the mood to entertain her little games today. Admitting he felt unwell, he prepared to leave. He had no interest in playing along with her competitive spirit. He wasn't running from defeat. He simply didn't want to crush her with his overwhelming, godlike tactical superiority. Seeking air, he climbed to the terrace edge. He looked out over the world, his mind focused on true power. To obtain the ultimate power of Yang, he needed a demonic formation. Only the most forbidden arts would suffice now. If only he had the right ingredients to begin. Suddenly, a girl warned him not to fall to his death. He simply smiled and walked past her. Meanwhile, another girl watched from the shadows, her heart burning with jealousy. His exit was blocked by a brown-haired girl trembling with rage. The school's social hierarchy was flipping in an instant. He calmly asked what her problem was. Her face twisted into a dark mask of possessive, unhinged fury. But his companion stepped in, warning her to back off. The battle for the rare prize was finally beginning. The girl snapped back, claiming the protagonist belonged to her alone, from his soul down to his very teeth. She threatened a painful death to anyone who interfered. Lin Mo could only wonder when he became her property. As night fell, the obsession only grew darker. Elsewhere, a former flame was drowning in her own bitter regrets. His ex-girlfriend stood in the shower, her stress turning into a psychotic resolve. She had vastly underestimated his worth. She realized she should have claimed him from the start. This time, she vowed he would be hers forever. With a twisted grin, she prepared her secret weapon. Tonight, she would hypnotize him into becoming her loyal pet. Her dark aura snaked through the night air. It reached toward his home like a predator hunting its favorite prey. The purple energy invaded his room while he slept. Suddenly, a golden barrier flickered to life, blocking the curse. His small companion woke up in a panic. Something foul was trying to breach their sanctuary in the dead of night. Lin Mo opened his eyes, recognizing the pathetic hypnosis attempt. How dare they try such a trick on an emperor? He smirked at their arrogance. The next morning at school, the atmosphere was thick with tension and hidden traps. The brown-haired girl blocked his path once more. She demanded he come to her house tonight without fail. Her eyes burned with a sickening hunger for him. She was already tasting the victory of her successful spell. She believed he was now her mindless puppet. Her psychotic expression hid the fact that she thought she won. Little did she know, the great emperor was unfazed. He walked past her, his true power remaining absolutely untouchable. Lin Mo smirks, identifying the culprit behind last night's hypnosis. It turns out our cunning hero secretly planted a paper doll on her back. His consciousness was linked to that tiny observer, which grinned back. Later, mid-class, an abrupt spiritual ripple suddenly snaps our protagonist to attention. The paper doll on his ex has vanished. The connection was severed because that brown-haired girl finally detected the small hitchhiker. Without hesitation, she incinerates it using her demonic purple hellfire. Her inner demon mocks her incompetence for being watched. Beads of intense, cold sweat roll down Yan Hu's face as she wonders who's monitoring her. The demon snarls that the perpetrator's identity is irrelevant. No one can ruin her plan. As the afternoon shadows stretch, we see 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 departing, theorizing the doll's destruction links back to the venerable demon. However, with cultivators everywhere, he can't be reckless. He must seek out the elite Phoenix group immediately. If his tactical calculations are correct, the blonde heiress should pass by at this exact moment. In this world, the act he's about to commit has a specific name: pure, unadulterated fraud. The blonde gasps in horror, realizing she's just plowed into our protagonist. She slams her brakes. As our boy hits the asphalt, cradling him, she frantically asks why he didn't look both ways. She offers a hospital trip, but with soulless, hollow eyes, the boy simply rises, leaving her bewildered. Wearing a mischievous grin, 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉 embraces his bad boy role. The stunned blonde wonders what's wrong with him and tries to pull him back, but he declares he's heading to his ex's for a special night together. She's shocked. This behavior is completely out of character for him. Suddenly, realization hits her face like a lightning bolt. She desperately tries to call the protagonist to his senses, but he brushes past, leaving her frozen. 𝒊𝒈 wonders if he's actually hypnotized. She quickly weaves a complex hand seal to break the hex, drawing a star in the air. Resting her hand on his forehead, a faint spark returns to his vanished gaze, only to flicker out instantly. She shudders. Was the spell's caster truly that powerful? Determined, the blonde beauty unleashes her ultimate technique, the Phantom Redemption Seal. She strikes with a heavy, mana-infused palm. This blow supposedly restores his mind, which our hero had clearly been pretending to lose all along. Clutching his face, he wakes up, asking what happened and why he's even standing there. She scoffs, demanding to know if 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉 had been meeting that toxic ex-girlfriend of his. He admits it nonchalantly, noting she's seeing her fiancé. Flustered, the girl reminds him that she just ran him over. He needs a hospital, but 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉's nonchalant attitude leaves 𝒊𝒈 baffled. He refuses medical aid, suggesting she just cover his future expenses if she feels so guilty. Annoyed, she grabs his collar, making him wince, before shoving a slip of paper in his face. She'll write a check to avoid any annoying future lawsuits from him. She's finished with this. She tells him to blow it on whatever, but warns him never to cross her again. 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉 wonders if a few extra zeros could buy him some precious spiritual storages tonight. As she roars off on her bike, 𝒊𝒈 barks an order into her helmet's secret communicator. She demands a full dossier on the ex. She's now a prime suspect in a demonic plot. Soon, she arrives at the home of the girl who once discarded our hero, removing her helmet. Activating her spirit ring, she summons a radiant magical blade and prepares to breach the house. With godlike precision, she carves the doorknob. The entire door collapses, yet the handle remains. Inside, she finds photos, not of family, but of two boys who seem like mere childhood friends. Finally, she reaches the ex-girlfriend's inner sanctum, only to find a sight that defies logic. The walls are plastered with thousands of photos of 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒉. This isn't love. It's pure obsession. She spots handwritten manuals dedicated to our hero and begins flipping through the pages with curiosity. Her face turns crimson. The content is so shockingly indecent and perverted, she can hardly believe it. But before she can act, her communicator crackles with a dire report regarding Yan Hu's new problem. She vanished. The girl realizes Yan Hu's plans are sinister. She's definitely behind the missing person cases. The team must issue a nationwide alert. This woman is far more dangerous than anyone imagined. Yan Hui is terrifyingly clever, devising such a precise, lethal scheme in such a short amount of time. At our hero's house, Mike watches from the shadows. He suspects a dark link to the venerable demon. The ex-girlfriend is the key. The Phoenix group must prioritize her before the darkness spreads further. Suddenly, a shout. His cousin arrives, frantic. "Have you seen the viral news about your ex?" Our boy opens the door coldly. The purple-haired boy blurts out, "Yanwi is a wanted fugitive now." "I don't care," he snaps. He has no intention of chasing the girl who once rejected him. Slam! He shuts the door, but the cousin begs him to check the live news update immediately. There it is. Yanwi is suspected of abusing a young man. She's now a nationwide criminal. The search team is efficient, but the girl is gone. The former goddess is now a monster. The little fox sneers. "How foolish to mess with my master. This cruel woman is seeking death." Lin Mo knows her plan. To absorb male yang energy using a forbidden, well-organized evil formation. Quickly, our hero starts rummaging through junk. The fox wonders what hidden treasure he's searching for. A glint appears, but the fox is confused. Are those just some ordinary pieces of scrap wood? Our hero sighs, then channels raw energy. The wood begins to disassemble and reform by itself. It transforms. In his hands, an ancient oriental compass emerges, pulsing with a mysterious, legendary glow. The fox is stunned. He created a divine tracking tool in seconds, a true master of arts. The Phoenix group will never find her, he thinks, not without this radar to track malignant energy. He merges the boards, creating a tracking device that pierces the veil. The hunt is officially on. Boom, a massive explosion of light. The artifact grows heavy with energy after absorbing a spirit stone. The fox is speechless at this godlike sight. Suddenly, the needle begins to spin with purpose. The small servant realizes the truth. His master is invincible. Even simple wood becomes a lethal radar. "Hold this," the hero commands. The fox obeys, trembling at the compass's overwhelming spiritual power. "What's so special about it?" the fox asks. The hero explains it tracks the city's deepest yin. Suddenly, he freezes. A presence is near. He tells the fox to hide with absolute, silent precision. He watches the window. Then, a blonde girl appears with a thirsty look that leaves him baffled. It's Yudeng. Her excited expression makes him feel like a rare prize being cornered by a predator. Phone in hand, he considers calling the cops. She just demands he open the window immediately. "I'm sorry it was necessary," she cries. Our hero wonders why an elite would climb his window. "Where are you hurt?" she asks frantically. He realizes she's suspicious, but luck is on his side. His wounds haven't healed yet. He shows her the scars on his arm and his injured leg. Suddenly, she lifts his pant leg aggressively. Our hero is completely flustered by her bold move. "What are you doing?" he yells. She insists on cleaning them, but her eyes are wandering. She's mesmerized. He was chubby before, but these legs, they're the most beautiful I've ever seen. The fox screams. She's a pervert. Master offered an arm, but she went straight for the legs. He pulls back, embarrassed. Why would the famous Yudeng come here for such a trivial reason? She finally asks, "You were the last to see Yanwi. What did that woman say to you?" "I don't remember a thing," he lies. She sighs, then vanishes back through the window. He watches her leave, his caution rising. The world is finally noticing the man he's become. He covers up, stunned that a goddess like Yudeng would visit for such a trivial reason. But she has a hidden agenda. She demands to know what his criminal ex-girlfriend told him. He was the last to see Yanwi, but our hero coldly claims his memory is a blank. She retreats through the window, calling the visit a waste. The elite beauty is finally leaving. He wonders why she ignored the door. Lin Mo remains on guard as the mystery deepens. He offers himself as bait. The girl blushes instantly. His ripped physique is exposed. She can't look away. She flees, agreeing quickly. He senses her hidden desire. Next morning, our hero enters school with main character energy. Girls swarm him, desperate and worried about his safety. He remains ice cold. He brushes them off like flies. Suddenly, a handsome transfer student arrives. The class goes wild. The girls rush to see this new top-tier specimen. Meet Shen Lion. He is the classic pretty boy rival. He is smooth, charming, and ready to dominate the hierarchy. But he is lured into a trap. Secrets are hidden. He's here to investigate, but finds a legendary beauty. Shock, she slams the door with terrifying, raw power. One kick shatters everything. She is the true alpha. The pretty boy is stunned. Is this goddess actually insane? School ends. Our MC leaves, radiating an aura of mystery. The blonde beauty waits. She demands he follow her. They walk silent halls. The atmosphere is thick with tension. Alone in the infirmary, he warns her not to touch. He will call the police, but she only wants him. She reveals a secret diary, evidence of a dark obsession. It is a manual on how to claim our protagonist. The pages are filled with scandalous, perverted fantasies. She claims he is a target, a prize for shadows. He smirks. He knew she was a hidden little pervert. They searched everywhere. The target has vanished without trace. But he knows. He adjusts his glasses, seeing truth. She is hiding in the dark, in ancient shadows. Using disguises to mask her scent, he strikes a pose. Stop acting like a detective, she snaps, hiding admiration. It all connects, a web of lies and magic. She is sacrificing young men for her forbidden arts. Meeting adjourned, he leaves her wanting more with smiles. Back at home, the trap is set, he's bait. He leaks the clues. Soon the magic weapon sells. He summons his apprentice. Time for the digital hunt. The magic compass goes live. The dark auction begins. Price starts low. 10,000, the world is watching. It's listed. Now they wait for the rich bite. The bidding explodes. Everyone wants a piece of power. 10,000 jumps to 5 million. The greed suffocates. The blonde watches the screen. Numbers are climbing relentlessly. She scoffs at rivals. Her wealth is absolute power. They have no chance, she declares. She must own. Through his doll, he watches. She falls into place. Hunt down the ex-girlfriend. The bounty hits 10 million. The fox is stunned. How are these women so rich? A day later, the blonde meets a mysterious elder. The yin energy here is suffocatingly dense and rare. A legendary treasure lies ahead, pulsing with dark power. This elite expert was summoned specifically for this mission. She draws her cane, revealing a lethal hidden blade. I'll clear the path, stay back, the elder commands. Suddenly, a massive demonic hand strikes, a colossal explosion. She counters instantly. Our hero watches through his doll. The formation is unbreakable. He senses a looming threat. Is that a modern spatial weapon? Truly unprecedented power. Suddenly, his wall shatters. An intruder has arrived. A muscular woman bursts in, seizing his helpless cousin. She reeks of a malignant green aura. Malice overflows. Don't move, Linmo whispers. He anticipated this trap. His ex, Yanwi, is using hypnotized puppets for kidnapping. She's desperate to reclaim her prize, while others fight. A fist flies. Is this all a calculated ambush? He'll wait. Soon, she will regret ever touching him. Using his aura, he protects his body during transport. They are tossed into a van like mere cargo. The kidnapper speeds away toward a dark, abandoned factory. The ex-girlfriend awaits. She unmasks our hero sadistically. Surprised, she sneers, putting on a fake victim act. Lin Mo smirks. Only that you're still so pathetic. Enraged, she slams the rare prize against the wall. Don't touch me, he warns. She begins unbuttoning provocatively. Who took your innocence first? She mocks with venom. Her demon warns. The blonde is coming, move fast. A wicked grin spreads. Fine, let's finish the job. Wait here, my pet. I'll deal with your protectors. Lin Mo senses a dark entity, whispering to the girl. In a damp cell, a heavy, deathly silence hangs. His cousin wakes up, trembling in a state of panic. Please spare me. Where are we? Help me, please. At the crater, the blonde group surveys the destruction. Yanwi's plan is clear. She used a yin trap. Follow the compass. We must save him before death. A green demon blocks their path. laughing like a maniac. Boom! A massive explosion sends everyone flying back. None of you will leave this forest alive, it roars. The forest trembles. Something ancient and terrifying has awakened. Green energy erupts, shattering the very earth beneath them. Escape is impossible. Witness my legendary, soul-crushing wrath. Cackling with malice, the demon aims at the blonde, wishing her a hellish end as his dark energy closes in. The elder shields the girl, vowing to crush the demon, while the others escort the precious Miss Ya to safety. Her life is a rare prize that cannot be lost. The hot-headed spirit mocks the elder's solitary stand. He seals their fate with many arms, weaving ancient signs, declaring that not a single soul will escape alive. Shouting a curse to bury them all, he triggers a devastating formation that crashes down upon the panicked group. The elder recognizes the 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 formation and screams for everyone to ignite their auras for absolute protection. One woman falters, her aura failing as her body begins to incinerate in a symphony of agonizing, desperate screams. As skin and flesh melt away, the blonde watches in sheer horror at the evil unfolding before her eyes. She summons a legendary bow and an energy arrow, realizing this dire situation demands a specialized long-range strike. Drawing the string tight, she mutters that only a unique attack can pierce through this demonic, soul-crushing formation. Aiming for the demon's face, she releases her 𝒊𝒊𝒈 arrow, which magically curves to find its mark with precision. A massive explosion rocks the battlefield, yet the demon sneers, claiming her power is nothing but a mere tickle. The formation saps their vitality, leaving the elder weakened and unable to land a truly soul-shattering blow. With their magic failing, the spirit prepares a foul technique, his mouth swelling with a thick, cursed miasma. Dense smoke erupts as the demon begins the dark art of resurrecting corpses into mindless, bloodthirsty puppets. Her fallen companion rises, moving with a zombie-like twitch, but possessing the terrifying agility of a high-ranked predator. As the zombie lunges, the blonde reaches into her ring, drawing a blade to face her former friend. She slices the puppet in half, while the elder commands her to focus on purging these wretched blood puppets. There is no salvation for the fallen. The girl must strike fast before the poisonous gas consumes them all. Though they are monsters now, the blonde still sees the faces of her friends, her heart breaking with regret. With a swift, tragic slash, she defeats the creature, only to find another adversary closing in for the kill. Performing a mid-air maneuver, she's blindsided when a dead body calls her name, paralyzing her with sudden doubt. She hesitates to strike her friend, but the ghost's voice was a trap. The monster lunges at her abdomen. A single blow tears through her, and she coughs up blood, the pain finally snapping her back to reality. Gripping her weapon with newfound ferocity, she ignites her inner strength to end this nightmare once and for all. An X-shaped slash finishes the fight, but her wounds are severe, blood dripping onto the cold, unforgiving ground. Collapsing as her weapon dissolves into the rain, she chokes on blood, her vision blurring in the damp mist. Wonders if these were truly puppets as her strength fades, regretting the danger she brought upon her loyal comrades. She prays the elder survived, wishing she hadn't led so many to their doom in this god-forsaken place. Two hypnotized killers approach her broken form, a blade gleaming as they prepare to end the rare prize's life. The elder's desperate shout is cut off by a spirit, mocking her for being distracted behind her barrier. The demon laughs at her turtle-shell defense, while the blonde blames herself for this catastrophic failure. As the knife flies toward her throat, she curses her weakness, waiting for the cold embrace of the end. Blood splatters, but it isn't hers. The knife thuds into the dirt as a legendary presence suddenly intervenes. The attacker's head is severed in a flash. A mysterious girl arrives, sensing the blonde's fading life force. This is 𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔, the Phoenix leader, declaring it's far too early for a prize like 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔 to perish. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔 recognizes the legendary figure, while a nearby man stares in confusion at the seemingly young girl's power. Suddenly, the man's head flies off as 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔 calls the newcomer Grandma, shocking everyone with this status flip. The elder is stunned that the famous Miss Hongling is here. The demon laughs at the child backup. Feeling insulted, the spirit dismisses her as a mere mortal, unaware of the legendary power dwelling within her. He claims even an emperor would fail against his sword fragment, boasting of his own supposed invincibility. Grandma instantly shuts his mouth with a strike, effortlessly shattering the ghostly face's formation with one move. A single blow was all it took. Yudeng watches in awe, realizing her grandmother is a true peerless master. The youthful-looking elder scolds her granddaughter, saying this injury was the price of her initial hesitation and doubt. She offers a potent medicine, commanding her to drink and recover, for the real battle has just begun. The girl obeys, her voice trembling as she begs her grandmother to find their lost ally. The elder declares their prey is the main character, and he must be rescued at all costs. "Rest now," the elder whispers, ignoring the girl's confusion as a mysterious fatigue suddenly takes hold. Darkness claims her vision. Nearby, the pint-sized young elder summons her subordinate with a sharp, authoritative command. She demands the location of the missing companion, tracking him through the flow of ancient energy signatures. He's hidden where yin energy reaches its peak. Gripping her blade, the youthful elder's eyes burn with battle lust. "Enough talk," she snaps, sensing the heaviest concentration of dark energy like a beacon in the night. Her sword levitates, but her epic departure turns into a slapstick disaster as she clumsily tumbles down. Blushing from the fail, she barks orders to evacuate the blonde girl to headquarters for immediate medical treatment. While they retreat, the elder will storm the heart of the yin vortex alone to settle the score. She vanishes in a blur of speed. Meanwhile, inside a rotting factory, our precious protagonist remains trapped. His demon-possessed ex-girlfriend begins a forbidden ritual, while the fox spirit watches with growing dread and horror. She's harvesting yang energy from these pathetic men, trading her youth for a surge of forbidden demonic power. Suddenly, the air trembles. A massive spiritual pressure hits the building, shattering the demon's focus and composure. "Who dares interrupt me?" she snarls. Outside, the elder kicks the doors open with an expression of pure, cold fury. The demon mocks her, asking if a little girl is lost, completely unaware of the legendary monster before her. "The brat is inside," the elder growls. The ex-girlfriend freezes, her face twisted in utter confusion and alarm. Inside, the fox spirit wonders if they should knock the main character out for his own safety. But our hero just sighs. He's used to this chaos by now. Suddenly, a thunderous explosion rocks the entire foundation. Something blazes through the entrance, slamming into the wall with enough force to level a mountain. It's the ex. She's pinned to the brickwork by a massive blade as the young elder hovers overhead. "The fun is just beginning," she chirps, perched atop her floating sword like a bored, divine judge. The demon ex gapes in shock, struggling to process how this child possesses such overwhelming, soul-crushing spiritual pressure. Cursing, she cloaks her hands in venomous green aura, desperately trying to wrench the holy steel from her chest. With a scream of rage, she hurls the sword back at the elder, who merely watches with amused indifference. "Go to hell," the ex shrieks, launching a strike packed with enough killing intent to wither the grass. But the wound burns with divine light, and the demon realizes she's vastly outclassed by this tiny powerhouse. "Is that all you've got?" the elder yawns. The battle is over before it even truly began. Panicked, the ex begs her inner demon for help, but the entity remains terrifyingly silent in the face of such power. Rewind 24 hours to a quiet house, where destiny was already weaving its complex and dangerous web. Our hero's gaming partner, Basu, stares into the past, haunted by visions she can't fully explain. She sighs, the weight of the 146th game pressing down on her soul like a mountain. Suddenly, her mind erupts. She senses the thrumming resonance of a legendary demonic sword awakening in the distance. In a lonely forest cabin, another boy screams as a dark entity tightens its cold, suffocating grip. "Do you know who I am?" he shrieks, claiming his status as a scion of the feared celestial demonic sect. The demon just laughs. Sect or no sect, he intends to turn this arrogant brat into a bloody smear. Tears stream down the boy's face as he realizes his status means nothing against this overwhelming, ancient nightmare. He screams for a savior. Boom! The entrance explodes as a new challenger arrives to shatter the darkness. Through the swirling dust and debris, a single, elegant leg steps forward into the demon's inner sanctum. A powerful woman enters, her stomp vibrating through the earth itself as she radiates a terrifying, regal authority. The spirit's heart stops. This aura, it belongs to his long-awaited mistress, the one true sovereign of shadows. Flushed with joy, the demon rushes her, only to be met with a cold, disrespectful boot to the face. "Stop whining, mongrel," she commands. She identifies him as the pawn allied with that treacherous snake, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. He swoons in ecstasy. The familiar sting of being stepped on confirms it. His glorious mistress has finally returned. A pathetic voice begs for mercy. It's the sect boy, desperately claiming to be the son of a powerful patriarch. The celestial demonic sect. He begs for mercy, promising absolute submission to her every whim. This sect wields dark magic rivaling the Phoenix Group. Our heroine's interest is instantly piqued. She looms over the fallen demon, declaring she needs loyal dogs, not mere lovers. The flame spirit must sustain this rare prize. He is too precious to lose now. Spared from death, the boy pledges eternal slavery. His blank eyes hide a deeper mystery. He suddenly collapses into sleep, infuriating his new mistress with such utter disrespect. The spirit plots to possess 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, using her as a vessel to restore its ancient power. Hiding in the shadows, he estimates full recovery will take less than 10 days. Is 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 truly enslaved? Yes, her lustful heart makes her the perfect, easy puppet. Though flawed, this plan suffices. Now she must track down the elusive Linmo immediately. Hamu reveals a hidden game. The other challenger must survive at all costs. The demon obeys. They must gather the broken fragments before the world collapses further. Tension rises as the situation worsens. The spirit urges haste to secure their dark victory. But why rush? The Emperor has descended upon this world, shocking the demon to its core. Demonic sword fragments share no memories, yet she felt a familiar, chilling breath. She almost reached it, but a superior energy suddenly crushed the sword's aura. This overwhelming power only belongs to an emperor, a legend unseen for 1,000 years. Use Hyan as bait. Kill that brat now. The order is absolute and bloodthirsty. Kill her, but she has never tasted real battle. Martial arts are a total mystery. Su, the youthful elder, prepares her secret technique. The legendary sword dance begins. The protagonist claims ignorance of combat. Declaring her useless, the demon seizes total control. Her eyes transform into terrifying shapes. A dark, special transformation awakens within her body. This old woman is trash. With sinister laughter, the spirit sentences her to immediate death. The possessed body lunges forward, a lethal strike aimed directly at the youthful elder. A sword flies at his back. He deflects it with a wicked, bizarre grin. He seizes the weapon. Does the grandma enjoy these pathetic flying sword games? He hurls the blade back. Such childish toys cannot stop his demonic rampage. A purple spiritual barrier erupts. The small girl deflects the returning steel with ease. Behold a second gift. A massive, spectral viper charges to devour the tiny grandma. A long-lost secret technique. Impressive, yet far weaker than the ancient legends describe. The snake strikes, but 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈's blind rage makes her an easy target to dismantle. With sword in hand, she mocks her foe. Killing such a weakling is almost shameful. The massive serpent bites down, only to meet a devastating slash across its maw. One strike splits the beast. Its head flies high as the girl's power explodes. Blazing energy erupts from the severed head, shooting wildly into the darkened sky. The technique disintegrates. Above them, a mysterious observer watches this chaotic battlefield unfold. It is the board game companion. She watches the ex-girlfriend's face twist in agony. Purple energy bleeds from her mind, condensing into a jagged, long-lost sword fragment. The spirit finally abandons its useless host. The young elder watches the fragment hover. A simple broken sword? How disappointing. She expected a weapon of legendary status. Sudden fear grips her soul. The blade vibrates, seemingly offended by her mocking words. How shameless. Kicking a dog while the master is away requires a heavy price. Sweating in terror, she recognizes this aura. It belongs to a high-level underworld demon. Suffocating pressure crushes her lungs. Every breath becomes a desperate struggle for survival. Turning slowly, she witnesses a terrifying scene that defies all human reason. Absolute power disparity. The elder can only shiver before such monstrous, crushing authority. The horned beauty sneers, mocking the weakling for even daring to look up. Flash, she vanishes, noting the elder's clever trick to suppress her true presence. Desperate, the elder unleashes her secret purple arts to repel this demonic threat. Level 8 ceiling. Pink chains erupt, binding the demonic invader's body and soul. But even bound, a terrifying malice leaks through, the gaze of a true predator. The seal groans, turning a burning orange as demonic power overflows from within. Ground-shattering anchors drop. The final phase of the grand sealing technique is complete. She borrows ancestral power, summoning 10,000 talismans to suppress the ancient beast. Even with the ultimate seal, an ominous pink glow fractures the massive barrier. Panicking, she summons 4 celestial flames to burn away the corruption once and for all. Infernal sky, red lotus. The elder pours her life force into the final lock. She invokes the forbidden vow, commanding all demons to kneel and hide in terror. The energy Buddha manifests, weeping tears of light while praying for a desperate victory. 𝒊𝒈𝒊𝒔. The massive statue splinters as if it were made of fragile glass. This is impossible. Her ultimate trump card was just shattered like a cheap toy. A crimson light blazes. Is this the legendary power of the world's strongest fighter? Enough games. The demoness scoffs, ready to crush this strongest brat's pathetic fun. It's not over, the elder gasps, but the demon is already whispering in her ear. Reality hits hard. Blood sprays as her body is carved open in an instant. When I say it's over, it truly is. The demoness's voice is pure ice. The once-proud redhead falls, just another stepping stone for the true demonic queen. She curses this weak vessel. It can't even handle a fraction of her essence. Drowning in her own blood, the defeated girl reaches for her shattered, broken pride. She crawls for her sword, realizing too late she was never the main character. The voluptuous rival barely glances back as the stray blade flies toward her back. Clang, she parries effortlessly, cutting through steel as if it were soft, warm butter. What a waste, she sighs, bored by the pathetic resistance of these former elites. A cold sigh escapes her lips. Is there no one worthy in this world? Immortal Emperor, stop hiding like a rat and face your inevitable fate right now. Have you become a coward? The strongest man is just a pathetic, mediocre prize. To see such a rare prize hiding in the shadows, it's absolutely revolting. Come out, or I'll send everyone here to the afterlife on a one-way ticket. The countdown begins. Death is coming for every single soul in this godforsaken place. 1, 2, she mocks them, waiting for the emperor to try and stop her. Terror silences the crowd, while the loser boy sits caged and seemingly forgotten. A single drop falls on the boy's head. He finally begins to pay attention. Time's up. A desperate voice screams in pure agony, begging for mercy now. The rejected girl writhes on the ground, while the others watch in paralyzed fear. 0, a heaven-piercing pillar of light erupts, shaking the very foundations of the earth. A divine vortex swirls. The hidden power is finally breaking its heavy chains. The brilliance is blinding. Even the demoness has to shield her eyes from it. He's here. The immortal emperor has finally descended to claim his rightful throne. What's happening to the sky? The entire world watches the abandoned factory in awe. Despite the freezing air, The world burns with the heat of his sudden awakening. He snatches the phone, eyes wild with panic as rain pours. A satellite beam. No, something ancient stirs within the clouds. The stream cuts out. She snarls, losing the visual signal. Light floods her room. Homework done yet, you brat? Assignments finished. She snaps, eyeing the distant, glowing pillar. First Yanwi, now this. A long, restless night begins. The Emperor arrives, crushing the demoness's head into the ground. Glass shatters. She trembles, completely blind to the truth. Without your sword, you're just a useless, fragile fossil. A brutal blow lands. You're nothing but my punching bag. He crashes through steel, buildings crumbling like wet paper. She gathers dark aura, preparing a final, devastating execution. An incantation rings out as dark power rips the sky. Giant eyes open. A massive serpent shadows the city. Jaws gape. A beam of pure annihilation strikes the Emperor. He stands unscathed. Her smirk turns to pure horror. An iron seal. Demon descendants are truly heartless monsters. Like father, like daughter, he scoffs, his eyes cold. Don't mention him, she screams, losing all her control. The serpent strikes the city. Innocent lives mean nothing. Die, Emperor. The beast gathers its world-ending energy. A ray of total annihilation carves through the city. Flames consume everything. The demoness gloats from above. Your shield is cracked. Show me your true worth. He channels power. 2 fingers move with divine grace. That stance, a sword art, the serpent is struck. The beast is torn. The Emperor's blade finally returns. A perfect embryo. He played her from the start. A hidden charm. Wielding that trash, how very brave. A circle of steel. The final lethal slash begins. Divine flames roar. Always showing off, aren't you? Light and shadow collide at legendary, godlike speeds. She lands a hit. A jagged wound finally opens. He smiles. Too slow. His figure turns to light. A clone. She gasps as the truth finally burns. A paper doll falls. Modern fighter jets roar overhead. Bullets rain down. Modern toys lack aura, little boy. She swats them away, mocking their puny human courage. A pilot evades, launching a high-tech tracking missile. Too slow, but the missile pivots, locking onto her. Explosion. The planes circle back for the final kill. All according to plan, but his time is short. He needs his sacred blade to end this nightmare. The forging is complete. Now the final cooling begins. Fuel low, jets retreat. Suddenly the earth erupts. The earth trembles violently as destiny finally awakens. A colossal nightmare roars, dwarfing the entire city with its terrifying presence. The demon queen descends. Interfere in her battle and pay with your life. That beast is pure energy, a legendary chance to eliminate the Emperor. His plan is almost complete, but a sudden distraction catches her lethal eye. A helpless child cries out, searching for his father, amidst the absolute carnage. A monstrous claw descends. Death is only seconds away for the innocent soul. The queen watches closely, as the boy remains oblivious to his imminent demise. Her cold heart wavers. She remembers her own past searching for her father. Total chaos erupts. All exits are sealed while the city burns. Phone signals are dead. A father's desperate calls vanish into the void. The news reports the impossible. The city's titan has vanished into thin air. Unpredicted rain falls. The weather forecast was dead wrong today. A massive cyclone forms, swallowing the entire river into its watery heart. Fools film the disaster, unaware that nature's wrath is actually a weapon. The Emperor's blazing sword. He is using the river to quench its heat. The energy condenses. A devastating shockwave tosses cars like toys. A thick shroud descends. A girl ignores warnings and steps into the mist. She stares in disbelief. The river has been completely hollowed out. Every drop is gone. Above it all, the Emperor stands triumphant. He grasps the hilt. Upon contact, a blinding supernova erupts. The mist is incinerated. Pure, raw divine power shatters the very atmosphere. The blade is perfected. Now, the irresponsible loser will strike the unprepared. The queen mocks him while, protectively holding the small child's hand. The boy finally smiles. He has found his worthless father at last. Get out of here. This battlefield is no place for a mere mortal. No more dragging this out. Just like our past lives, this ends today. The invocation begins. She weaves a massive forbidden barrier spell. The emperor counters. He summons a divine entity draped in sacred light. Darkness meets radiant light. Their energies collide with world-shaking force. No more excuses now. The rare prize will claim his victory. The emperor prays. Ancient seals crawl across his skin like shadows. His blade disintegrates. It is the forbidden sword art from eons ago. Her demonic blade fails. Against this forbidden strength, she is outmatched. A beam of light strikes. A devastating explosion consumes the entire sky. The heavens fracture, apart, opening a dimensional rift to the unknown. Reality is tearing. Severely wounded and broken, she can barely stand. The winner is decided, but a cold voice interrupts, claiming the start. It's the missing half. The cursed blade has finally shown itself. I was hiding well. The sword speaks malice from her own shadow. A fake cannot kill me. Even while bleeding, the queen remains lethal. She will recover soon. This mediocre victory belongs only to her. Betrayal. The sword impales her heart from behind with cruel precision. I obey no weaklings. Both of you shall perish in this desolate place. Go back to hell. The cursed blade strikes with violent, final intent. Where the demon queen stood, only cold concrete remains. The blade's mockery echoes through the silence. It sneers at the emperor's heroic act, a fool playing savior while his own legs tremble beneath him. Unhand me, she demands. To be rescued by this man is a fate more humiliating than death itself. Worse than any curse, yet he only stares back. Stop being stubborn, he commands with icy calm. Save your strength if you want to survive. He has a gambit, but her cooperation is the final key. The sentient blade morphs into a colossus, its twisted curiosity piqued by their hushed, desperate whispers. Infuriated by their secrets, the monster looms closer. But the emperor simply closes his eyes, focusing his intent. He invokes the prison of light. Radiant pillars of celestial energy rain down, piercing the heavens. The beast is pinned, immobile. Trapped in a cage of pure light, its thirst for gossip remains unquenched. It roars in frustration, unable to hear their plan. Only pure yang energy can shatter these luminous bars. A legendary blade should possess such power, yet it finds itself incompatible with this world's laws. The emperor's taunt burns. If this monster had a heart, it would have seized from pure, unadulterated rage. With a shattering roar, it flexes, breaking the light, a mountain of muscle that fears neither God nor man. Look at this perfection, it bellows. Do you still dare mock a physique forged in absolute power? Winding up a world-ending blow, it laughs. You're pathetic, clinging to that dying woman like a desperate fool. Go to hell together. But as the fist descends, the emperor simply snaps his fingers. A phantom strike hits the monster's core. Had it possessed organs, that blow would have been instantly fatal. Agony rips through its frame. How? It gasps. Its very essence begins to crumble from within. The emperor's hidden ace, a refined fragment placed within the monster's own body as a lethal, glowing bait. A weapon meant for the demon queen, now unleashed upon this arrogant blade. The hunter has become the prey. Panic sets in. Its yang energy hemorrhages, the muscular physique withering into a hollow, empty shell. Your turn, he whispers. To the sword's horror, the demon queen begins devouring its remaining life force. Shriveled and frail once more, the blade wails for its lost glory as a hairline fracture splits its steel. It curses their bloodlines, but the queen was right. The emperor still holds the ultimate seal of power. A gargantuan tongue lashes out. The beast of chaos has arrived to claim the battlefield. The sword cackles, sensing salvation. Good luck surviving this nightmare, it mocks as it retreats. The demon queen turns to him, her duty fulfilled. I've played my part. What is your next move? He gazes at the fractured heavens. The next step is to fix the cracks in this broken world. As a demon, she only knows destruction. He lets her go. Leave, I will handle the rest. Just remember our pact, he reminds her. He stands alone, bringing his hands together in a final prayer. His eyes ignite with divine light. Between his palms, a spark of pure creation begins to thrum. Begone, he roars, unleashing the energy. The beast is violently repelled as the rift begins to mend. The sky knits back together. The demon queen watches, awestruck by the sheer scale of his sacrifice. Blood spills from his lips. It wasn't easy, he coughs, his internal reservoir completely bone dry. As the void pulls at him, a soft hand suddenly grips his. The demoness refuses to let him vanish. Hold on, she cries. In her world, demons grow through slaughter, but she feels something different now. Killing brought her no strength. She realized her soul only yearned for the man she once despised. The former queen blushes, her heart racing for the first time. He smiles, trusting her with his life. I trust you, he murmurs, leaving the world's fate in her hands. He prays her heart remains true. She saved him once, and now she's doing it again, desperately pulling him from the closing threshold. Move, damn you, she screams, but his body is limp. The rift is seconds away from vanishing forever. He looks at her one last time. You saved that child, even knowing the cycle would reset. She freezes, shocked. He mouths words she cannot hear as the void finally claims his voice. The rift seals. He's gone. She screams in regret, realizing she's lost the only man worth fighting for. In her palm lies a tiny, glowing doll. Under the setting sun, she waits atop the world for his return. Bitterness fills her as she sighs over the Emperor's gift. Channeling vast energy, she fires beams across the city. The sphere's glow fades as the blinding light dissipates. Weakened, she coughs. Resurrection cost 100 years of power. Her promise fulfilled, the doll disintegrates into the morning sky. She recalls the Emperor dying in her arms, haunting her. His final words make her cheeks flush with sudden heat. That gray-haired figure's face is now etched into her soul. In sleep, she recalls being labeled a terrifying demoness. A demon hands her a sword to execute a spy. Her hands tremble, yet she's urged to strike quickly. The blade pierces the prisoner, shattering her childhood innocence. She's warned that mercy is a weakness that haunts forever. Her dream shifts. She must now reconsider her dark path. She watches the Emperor being dragged into the chaotic rift. His words about the lost child torment her silent soul. He smiles, knowing she holds both darkness and light. She wakes up shaken, clutching her sheets in a panic. Reports detail a week of city-shattering sword clashes. The dead were resurrected by a mysterious, unknown force. One elder suggests they simply wait for death's arrival. 𝒉𝒔 wonders what remains besides doing absolutely nothing. Saint 𝑦𝒊𝒈 can't believe a sword split the heavens. 𝒉𝒊𝒈 comforts her. No immortal possesses such power. Old man Z was vaporized. They stand no chance alone. 𝒉𝒊𝒔 asks if they gathered only to complain loudly. Grandma Baeun demands politeness while discussing the crisis. Her clan oversees oracles who govern the divine path. The oracle left a cryptic message about a righteous tear. They must drink the tear and follow the path. The blonde questions how this tear aids their survival. Grandma recalls 𝒉𝒊𝒔's near-death arrival at the temple. Fused with divinity, she's now the heaven's chosen daughter. To aid her cultivation, they must find a male partner. She needs a pure yang body, making him a rare prize. He must be exceptionally handsome, a true visual masterpiece. He must be young. Age gaps hinder their cultivation. A beauty contest in schools will find their perfect prize. 𝒉𝒊𝒔 is furious at having no choice in her fate. The demoness hears the plan to find this rare boy. He must win to infiltrate the elite daughter of destiny. They also hunt for the Emperor with every resource. She releases the boy, though her aura remains shattered. Her foundations are damaged from the massive resurrection ritual. The world grows complex as a heavenly rebellion begins. The hidden empress bides her time. Once her strength returns, the legendary blade is hers. Next, she commands, clutching the artifact. Their fate moves to the next stage. A fox-eared spirit greets him. "Are you all right?" she whispers to the focused youth. Deep in meditation, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 watches everything. His paper doll's spine never misses a beat. The reports are in. A beauty contest, boosting 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 to fight the demon queen. The hunt for the master and the demon intensifies. The stakes are rising rapidly. Forbidden arts take a toll. His mortal shell is drained. 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 must remain hidden. One final move. Checkmate. His opponent is crushed under his strategic genius once more. She makes excuses. "I only let him win because of his kidnapping," she lies. A mortal beating her. Impossible. She refuses to accept this blow to her pride. A wish was promised. She expected a date, something cliché to feed her ego. "Boring," he scoffs. He tells her to wash her sleepy face. The audacity. Her kindness backfires. His ego is soaring. She vows he will never win again. "𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, where have you been?" a beauty asks. The school is buzzing about him. "We would have voted for you," she chirps, but the masterpiece isn't on the list. Too tedious. He has no interest in such vanity. Fame is just a bother. Playing hard to get, she's convinced. If he won't join, she'll force his hand. Organizing school chaos is easy. The current #1, a total basement dweller. "I won't marry a clown," she shrieks. Then she sees the vision, 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. "Look at this," she screams. A video of him playing guitar is melting hearts. His charisma is intoxicating. "You're all animals," she shouts while drooling over his image. Busted, her friends see her secret folder. She's been watching him on repeat alone. "We're just classmates," she stammers. "It's just pity," or so she tells herself. The truth comes out. "You want him in your bed," her friend teases mercilessly. "Yes, I do," she explodes. "He's perfect, fit, and built like a god." Who could blame her? The former loser is now the ultimate prize. Jealous boys watch from afar. They crave the attention the trash boy now receives. "I'll win," one swears, editing photos for hours. But 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 is already legendary. "He's just a pet shop animal," he cries. His friend simply sighs. "Give up, bro." The atmosphere shifts. The legendary 𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 has arrived, captivating every eye in the hall. The fragile, beautiful boy moves through the crowds. The bullying stops. He is divine. "I'm done with them," he whispers. He only has eyes for one person, 𝒍𝒂. Why is he here? 𝒍𝒂 is wary. Then his voice changes, a deep, seductive melody. He offers handmade cookies, a sweet gesture, or a trap wrapped in sugar. "Try one," he purrs. 𝒍𝒂 recoils. She won't touch anything made by those hands. "Disgusting," she snaps. But wait, his demonic charm didn't affect her soul at all. Is it her bloodline? As the daughter of destiny, his tricks are mere child's play. That four-eyed cultivator is a fraud, using magic to hunt girls. Absolutely repulsive. He's on the family list. She can't expose him yet without angering her grandmother. "𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 is here," her friend yells. The rare prize finally makes an appearance. 𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 is popular, but 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒈 is the real storm. 𝒍𝒂's heart begins to race. "Go talk to him." Her face turns scarlet. The mere thought paralyses her senses. "We're just friends," she tries to lie, but the words die in her throat. Her heart refuses the lie. She remembers his touch, and the world starts spinning. They were once equals, just friends, but the hierarchy had shifted. Her memories screamed, but the reality was far more dominant. Her mind raced, replaying the sight of his toned chest. Her friend's voice faded into the background. She asked if they were just classmates, but with that massive nosebleed, her denial was totally pathetic. Overwhelmed by newfound desire, she bolted. Ying wandered the halls, her heart in a chaotic spiral. Boys tried to approach, but she had one goal: to capture the perfect shot of her rare prize. To beat 𝒊𝒈𝒻's influence, she needed elite photos. She'd hire the city's top masters just for 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. Surely he couldn't refuse such a prestigious offer, but 𝒁𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 shut her down without a second thought. He told her to find a job and stop being idle. To him, she was just an annoying nuisance now. There was a deeper secret, though. He needed every second to cultivate his hidden, celestial powers. To brush her off, he claimed trauma from a past kidnapping. "I just can't trust girls anymore," he lied. The excuse worked perfectly. Later at the gym, her guilt finally reached a violent breaking point. She pulverized the bag with explosive fury. "It's all my fault," she hissed through gritted teeth. She had sworn to be his shield and protector, but her empty promises now tasted like bitter ash. She had lost his precious trust forever. Powerless to fix it, a dark rage consumed her soul. Sobs racked her body as the pressure mounted. The thought of that forced marriage was a living nightmare. Marrying that blind creep was a fate worse than death. She snapped, venting her agony on the equipment. A massive, muscular woman entered the silent gym. "Why is this place empty?" she demanded gruffly. Tang had bought out the entire facility. Shirtless and drenched in sweat, she fought like a demon. A spoiled rich girl playing at being a warrior. The trainer saw a perfect chance for a beatdown. The staff warned her that the girl was truly dangerous. "She's finished with life," he whispered in fear. The trainer didn't care and marched forward. She even offered a refund just to humble this arrogant brat. "You've got spirit, kid, but no stamina," she mocked. "I'm Heian, your new nightmare personal trainer." "Get lost before I break you," Tang growled. The atmosphere turned heavy with killing intent. Her friend egged her on, calling her a coward. Suddenly, the gym's silence was shattered by a crash. Bystanders gasped as a body flew through a window. Tang dived after her, like a predator hunting prey. She was ready to fulfill her promise of destruction. It wasn't a fight, it was a total slaughter. The trainer's mask fell, revealing a terrified face. She begged the young cultivator for her miserable life. A hideous scar was hidden beneath that mask, but Tang's eyes remained cold, showing zero mercy. "Scars don't change the fact that you're annoying." Tang had unfinished business with this woman's face. One more move and it would be her end. "I'll sink you in cement," the blonde goddess threatened. Finally, the police arrived at the scene of chaos. They found a broken woman trembling in pure terror. It was a notorious predator with a massive bounty, a pervert who even targeted the elderly. Tang transformed from a violent delinquent into a hero. The crowd's judgment flipped in a single heartbeat. She claimed the massive reward for the capture. Cameras flashed as she became the city's newest sensation. The next day, she returned to the cafeteria. The same electric tension filled the air once again. Her friend thought they'd celebrate her heroic deed, but Tang's mind was occupied by a different prize. "You always find money or handsome men," her friend joked. It seemed her luck was truly god-tier lately. Grandma wanted her married off as soon as possible. Could she use this luck to finally claim Linmo? Linmo was a cold fortress of a man. "Why not try for Shen instead?" her friend suggested. Tang choked on her drink, nearly spitting it out. She only had eyes for that mysterious, icy boy. She demanded every detail. His routine, his likes, even his blood type. Nothing was off limits in her pursuit. The redhead smiled. She was like a sister to him. "Information isn't free in this world," she teased. Tang smirked at her friend's blatant greed. 500,000 yuan if the intel is actually good. The redhead didn't blink at the astronomical price. "I'm a woman of my word," she replied confidently. Reaching into her clothes, she pulled out a secret file. "There's no turning back from this obsession now." It was a mountain of notes on his every habit. Tang finally had the keys to her prize's heart. One mystery remained unsolved, though one thing was certain. He avoided the cafeteria like the plague every day. Vanishing with his meal, he left everyone curious, until a friend revealed he played terrace chess with a girl. Hearing it was a girl, the blonde felt a surge of pure jealousy, desperate to find this bold rival. Following her friend's finger, the blonde turned with narrowed eyes, searching for the one stealing her precious time. It was the legendary Han, Siu, the red-eyed beauty A girl. She never expected to see playing such games. Shock washed over the blonde. she stood frozen, recalling dark rumors about this mysterious and dangerous competitor. She was supposed to be gone, yet here, she was risking her very soul for a simple board game. Her friend warned of 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒂's power, but the blonde whispered we were once something close to friends. Under a heavy clouded sky, he finally arrived on the terrace, looking as indifferent as the cold wind. This terrace was their battlefield A place, where their rivalry began, and where it would finally reach its end. She asked if he was afraid, but he merely mocked the forecast, mentioning the predicted storm of rain and snow. He worried she would get soaked, then use her charms to launch a damp and desperate assault on him. With those overwhelming attributes, he couldn't be too careful, especially after being kidnapped. He trusted no one. She threw her coat at him, hiding her blushing face a silent apology, so he wouldn't freeze outside. 𝒉𝒊𝒔 held the garment while she watched with flushed cheeks, trying to maintain her cold, alert exterior. Put it on, she snapped. I want no excuses. When you lose, I am only here for revenge. He came to avenge yesterday's defeat, promising that next time they would find a better place to clash. She just wanted to avoid a misunderstanding. Though he complained the sleeves were short, the fit was perfect. When she boasted her size was 36, he asked what that meant, leaving the girl utterly mortified. Before she could recover, the heavens opened up, and a heavy rain began to drench the entire school. She cursed at his mouth for bringing the storm, her face burning with shame as the rain poured down. I only read the forecast, he stated, preparing to head home and leave the match for another day. Stay, she commanded, recalling how he once told her to wash her face. She would not lose today. They would play regardless of the weather. She was determined to break his composure and claim her victory. His bored expression irritated her soul. If you hate being here, then just go home, she shouted. Standing in the downpour, her clothes became transparent, yet her eyes remained fixed on the boy she desired. Surprisingly, 𝒉𝒊𝒔 agreed to one final match, stepping back to face the girl who refused to yield. Her heart soared with hidden joy. It is my turn, anyway, she declared, regaining her regal strength. She had lived a life of fear and shadows, a queen with no friends and no one to trust. Destined to be a demon queen, she never expected to feel affection or find someone who accepted her. Yet in this world, he was the one who answered her calls and shared in her lonely life. For the first time, the cold queen felt true happiness simply by being by his side. He sneezed, and his young attendant panicked. Master, are you all right? She asked, worried for his health. Everything was fine. 8 of his secret manuals had already been sold through the mysterious Dark Gate network. New compasses would track the yin energy, ensuring the demonic sword remained subservient to his overwhelming will. Hide the cultivation treasures, he ordered. We must remain shadows until the broken barrier is finally repaired. Suddenly, a woman appeared, demanding to know what he did with 𝑦𝒊𝒈 and the gifts she sent. The girl insisted on speaking with him, but 𝒉𝒊𝒔 only wished for a moment of quiet peace. Guests were waiting downstairs. She urged him to follow, but he only wanted a warm, relaxing bath. She was furious. 𝑦𝒊𝒈 was the perfect match, yet he treated the beauty like a common nuisance. A marriage could save their family status, but he ignored her, focused only on washing away the day. Wait a moment, she told the blonde. 𝒉𝒊𝒔 is bathing to look handsome just for you. The family decided to leave them alone, giving the blonde a chance to be with him all night. We won't return until tomorrow, she whispered, while the blonde only wanted to offer a sincere apology. But with every word, the misunderstanding grew, leaving the poor girl trapped in a very awkward situation. Anxiety forced her wandering. Door opened, he emerged. Divine physique, chiseled perfection. Towel-clad, he demanded why. Gazing, her thoughts raced. Denying sight, searching bathroom. Pure accident, eyes strayed. Desire becoming her reality. Intense passion was brewing. Wait, she whispered softly. Thud, he punched her. Guarding purity from vultures. Coldly, he dismissed her. Forgiveness sought, head bowed. Gifts for his apology. Fix my wall, instead. Retreating, heart heavy, lonely. Slumping down, defeat bitter. Memories flickered, heart ached. Inside, he remained pure. Watching through the ruins. "Be mine," she declared. Confession made, heart exposed. Trauma couldn't stop love. "I crave your scent." Composure cracked, he sweat. Unique, she'll dedicate herself. Drained by her devotion. He stepped closer, predatory. Determined, she stood firm. Trapped against the wall. Swallowing hard, tension rose. Is love just superficial? Then chase me properly. Joyful, she invited him. Watching her silhouette fade. Destiny's daughter, hard refuse. Heavens grant her wishes. Frozen heart, melting now. Legends are fools too. Flashes, a legendary transformation. Posing, radiating raw power. Uniform fits his soul. Royalty, the results came. Victory, but trials remain. The fiery redhead held the reins. If she felt uneasy, exposing him to the world was her only play. Recalling the blonde's explosive temper, she scheduled the fateful meeting for tomorrow evening at the Grand Hotel. 6:30 sharp. Attendance was uncertain, but with the world's fate on the line, the stakes were sky-high. Absolute caution was required. Hanging up the call, he knew the time had come to finally face Lin Mo. Lin Mo sought a change of pace. To satisfy her, he orchestrated a scene unlike anything seen before. He ordered 20 schoolgirls bound, their legs shattered, before casting them into the depths of the unforgiving sea. Anchored by stones, they sank. Yet, such trash paled before the prize currently held in Yu-Tang's arms. Though underwhelming in photos, Lin Mo's presence was questioned. Why did she bring a blade to a casual meeting? That sword was her soul, never leaving her side. Now, elites from every major sect had gathered here. Hong Ling's granddaughter was either a genius or a fool. A warning was whispered to the silver-haired elder. Stay sober, they warned. She was here for the meeting, not to hear the blonde's incessant, piercing screams. Finally, the target arrived. Everyone waited to see what kind of treasure this mysterious boy truly was. Surprise struck instantly. The blonde sauntered in with her companion, casually asking if they had started without her. Impossible. It felt like her gaze pierced his very soul. Now the power players were all finally seated. He sought leads on the venerable demon, fulfilling the blonde's request, but these women had other things in mind. Their lustful glares meant no help would be coming. The matriarch noted that such hunger would ruin their reputation. Demanding an introduction, the elder turned to Yu-Tang. It was time to reveal who this rare prize was. "He is my boyfriend, Lin Mo," she claimed. He instantly denied it, skipping the pleasantries to eat in peace. He planned to eat and vanish. The silver-haired woman smirked, calling him a delicious treat she wanted to taste. She invited him for a private chat, offering a special tea crafted just for his refined, hidden tastes. The scent of golden silk tea filled the air. Compared to her delicacy, the table's food was mere peasant scraps. Suspicion flared in the blonde's eyes. She spotted a strange powder falling from the elder's manicured fingernail. Was it a drug or something darker? The blonde slammed her chair back, confronting the mischievous woman instantly. "What did you put in that tea?" she barked. The seductress laughed, mocking the young lady's sudden, jealous outburst. Claiming innocence, she swore the tea was pure. If she lied, she offered her own head as a gift. But if innocent, she demanded a price, to borrow the boy for a few days of private cultivation. Pure rage erupted. The blonde marched forward, her fury radiating as she faced the woman who dared claim him. Squaring up boldly, she dared the elder to repeat that insult. The tension between the beauties was suffocating. Sensing a trap, she warned Lin Mo not to touch the drink. This wasn't just tea, it was a challenge. The elder insisted the choice was his. She whispered that she knew his true, godlike identity in the immortal world. She threatened to expose his secrets to all. The gray-haired woman's mercy was the only thing keeping her alive. Lin Mo watched the chaos, realizing these female cultivators were all insane troublemakers vying for his favor. Once more the tea was offered. He sensed a hidden, venomous energy, a parasite designed to enslave the soul. It was a colorless, odorless poison. He felt the faint ripple of a deadly, microscopic parasite lurking within. This was a master-tier toxin. Even high-level experts would struggle to detect this crude, yet effective trap. Everyone sensed the foul play, yet no one moved. This dinner was a calculated test of his true power. If he drank it unharmed, his secret strength would be exposed. Refusal would only heighten their dangerous suspicion. They would hound him forever if he showed his hand now. He was trapped in a lethal game of chess. Constant surveillance would ruin his cultivation. Just as he weighed his options, a sudden crash echoed through the room. A hand slammed the table. The blonde grabbed the cup, shocking everyone as she downed the poison in one gulp. 𝒉𝒊𝒔's chopsticks slipped in shock. She had sacrificed herself to protect his secret from these hungry wolves. This was a declaration of war. If she fell, the consequences for the sect would be absolute and bloody. Unfazed, the elder revealed a treasure. A strange, twitching rat that left the entire room feeling uneasy and cold. This beast sniffed out pure yang energy. It was a living radar designed to expose hidden, elite cultivation bodies. They were using the rat to see if 𝒉𝒊𝒔 was the ultimate prize, the legendary partner every girl craved. After 18 talentless generations, the spirit rat finally sensed a master. The creature shrieked hysterically, refusing to leave the woman's trembling hand. "Let it go," she cried as the rodent bolted toward 𝒉𝒊𝒔. It lunged, but 𝒉𝒊𝒔 dismissed the beast with a bored flick. "Control your pet," he muttered, casually continuing his meal like a king. He rose to leave, but the blonde beauty begged for his time. "Even pure yang energy doesn't make this rat so wild," she gasped. "It's more than yang." The old woman trembled in absolute awe. "The supreme body, a legendary prize, stands before us this day. This secret was absolute. Anyone who leaked it would pay in blood." She knew no woman could ever resist a man with such vitality. They roared away, the motorcycle tearing through the freezing night air. No one dared poison her, yet a strange heat began to rise. Suddenly, a dog appeared. Her heart stopped in pure, cold terror. She swerved violently, risking both their lives to save a stray animal. 𝒉𝒊𝒔 went airborne. She lunged, desperately catching his strong arm. They tumbled hard, the blonde beauty pinned beneath his heavy weight. "Are you hurt?" she panted. He just stared back, completely unfazed. "Falling only hurts mortals," he teased, watching her face turn scarlet. The toxin peaked. Childish whims and heat overwhelmed her fragile mind. A filter-stripping poison, making victims bold, hungry, and dangerously lustful. She looked stunning, clearly wanting him to claim her right there. "Fine," he whispered. "I'll play your little games for a while." He recalled the lonely, grueling centuries of his secret cultivation training. She had waited an eternity for her emperor to finally return. "Why aren't you a god yet?" she pouted, her eyes shimmering. How long until he conquered the heavens and saved her soul? "Will it take 10,000 years?" she asked, clutching him tightly. The world might end before he'd ever call her his wife. "Just 30 minutes, she begged. "Let's play in the snow together." She apologized then, urging her hero to follow his divine path. "Maybe next life, I'll be the one to chase after you." The demon's sword sneered at this weak, pathetic new generation of men. "I'll erase this place," the monster roared, the air turning black. She gasped for air. The demonic blade swung for her blood. Suddenly, the emperor appeared. His sword light shattered the rising abyss. "A novice," the demon laughed. "My brothers will feast on you." "Who dies first?" the sword challenged, its aura exploding with malice. Amidst the flames, their world-shattering duel shook the very foundations. Then he saw it. The girl he protected was falling through death. The demon's sword lunged, eager to claim her soul forever. "Got you," he roared, pinning the monster's foul feet to stone. He was trapped. As the blade fell, she took the strike. She fell. The monster tossed her broken body aside like trash. "Now you die," the demon hissed, but his hand suddenly froze. The demon master summoned him. Was his secret mission exposed? Dread chilled his very soul. The emperor roared, "Are you a demon's puppet?" The sheer audacity of that mortal question. He should be grateful. That summon transformed him into a legendary hero among the immortals. Ying froze in shock. Her hero had returned. She whispered his name through the disbelief. "Is it truly you?" she sobbed. Her vision was fading, but her heart knew the truth. "Hold on, my brothers are coming," he cried, but her life force was flickering out. "Go to the bamboo cliff," she gasped. "In our next life, I'll never leave your side." One final apology, then silence. Flames devoured the forest as a legendary heart shattered. Cain warned the emperor. That cursed sword was a ticking time bomb for their empire. Sheltering such a problematic relic was madness. The consequences would soon burn them all. "Learn from me, killing is mercy," her father hissed, delivering a brutal, stinging face slap. Weakness costs everything. He claimed she'd never be worthy of the venerable demon's throne. Snow began to fall. Her last wish echoed in his mind as the world turned white. Beneath the cold moon, he remembered her voice. A fated encounter was finally drawing near. Her jokes about gray hair now brought only tears. He was a hero, yet so alone. Now a blonde stands before him, but he's haunted by his first love's snowy promise. No more lamenting. He refused to repeat the tragic mistakes of his blood-stained past. The blonde stared at the screen, paralyzed. An unexpected tragedy was unfolding before her eyes. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 was gone. She had succeeded in ending it all, leaving behind only mourning. A new message flashed. The team was disbanded. The gaming world was spiraling into chaos. Rage boiled over. This was Hanny's fault. That blonde snake had ruined every single life. 𝑠H was breaking down. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈's fate was a weight she couldn't carry alone. What if she just died? The ominous woman whispered. The pressure was becoming a nightmare. The tournament was a cage. Her family's crushing expectations had pushed her to the edge. "It's not just a game," Hanny hissed, a blade suddenly glinting with lethal, dark intent. "Do you truly want the truth?" The cold steel pressed close. "Then think very carefully." The answer was hidden in the shadows. Suddenly, the blonde was alone in the silence. Lunchtime. The blue-haired girl appeared, shattering the heavy, suffocating tension of the room. "Where is Lionel?" the blonde demanded. The hunt for the school's prize had begun. He was on the terrace, and he wasn't alone. Jealousy flared like a wildfire in her. "Don't cause trouble," Sydney warned. Since when did she care about the opposite sex? She had to see it. Was someone really trying to steal her Lino right now? Her eyes widened in shock. The rumors were true. They were locked in a battle. "Everyone knows Lino is mine," she barked. The territorial war for the boy was on. "We play here every day," the girl countered. "You're the only one who didn't know." Irritation flared. "Tell me about my sister," the blonde snapped, her patience finally snapping. The brunette scoffed. "Your sister means nothing to me. We have no connection at all." Guilt and hatred clashed. "Why do you despise me?" she pleaded, desperate for an answer. "You know nothing," the brunette whispered, her intense gaze piercing through the blonde's soul. "Tell me everything," she screamed. The secret of 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 was the only key left. "Search for the truth yourself," came the icy reply, "if you're actually strong enough." "This better not be a joke," she grabbed Lino's shoulder. "Come play with me instead." A hand clamped onto her arm. The brunette wouldn't let her prize go so easily. "Don't break our tradition," she hissed. "You're getting far too friendly with my man." "I'm his girlfriend," the blonde claimed. The brunette's smirk was chillingly predatory and sharp. Standing alone at the peak, the ultimate prize 𝑙in_mo declared his independence. He belonged to no one. As he turned to leave, the blonde-obsessed beauty grabbed him. Wherever he went, she followed. He called Yudang childish, but she just smirked, daring him to report her to the teachers. The blonde's heart burned with jealousy. Why did seeing 𝑙in_mo with that woman hurt so much? Suddenly, Sydney grabbed her arm. This was the final spark that ignited the blonde's explosive rage. The brunette didn't care at all. She stared back with cold eyes, unimpressed by the blonde's fury. "I told you I like 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈," she screamed. Her soul blazed with a desperate, possessive fire. Fed up with the harassment, the brunette finally manifested her aura. Her presence became chillingly heavy. She wouldn't repeat herself. "Let go now!" This only irritated Sydney. Who did she think she was? To her, she was just a commoner. But the blonde's aura surged to a terrifying, legendary level. How dare an ordinary girl challenge an immortal? Her divine energy erupted, shaking the very air. Suddenly, her hand felt trapped. It was like she was punching a massive, unbreakable mountain of rock. She couldn't move a single muscle. How could a mere human possess such an overwhelming, ancient power? Was the brunette also a hidden immortal? Suspicion and curiosity began to swirl in her eyes. Even 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒆𝒓 was stunned. He started to doubt everything he knew about the mysterious, silent 𝑐𝒗𝒆𝒓. Speeding away on her motorcycle, the blonde was deep in thought. She had to uncover 𝒗𝒉's secret. A phone call changed everything. The secret recording she requested was finally ready for her to see. "Send it now," she demanded. She needed the truth about the incident that changed their lives forever. Nothing seemed suspicious before, but her luck was increasing. The wheels of fate were finally turning. That mysterious dream held the key. She watched the video, her heart racing with a dark premonition. There it was, the building. In the footage, the villainous 𝒊𝒈 was seen walking toward the scene. The veiled threat was real. 𝒊𝒈 was hunting mortals again. This time, there would be no forgiveness. At an elite club, thugs praised the immortal 𝒊𝒈. She was the pride of the Yang family. "Don't bother me," she snapped. Her mind was focused on a prize much more valuable than them. 𝒉𝒊𝒈𝒆𝒓 seemed ordinary, but she knew his secret. His past was a masterpiece hidden by destiny. He possessed the legendary supreme pure Yang body. The blonde had no right to such a treasure. Suddenly, the door crashed open. The blonde arrived, her eyes blazing with a vengeful, righteous fury. She slammed the evidence on the table. "I have questions, 𝒊𝒈," her voice echoed through the room. The gray-haired woman sneered at her lack of manners. She coldly ordered her subordinates to leave them. Only the elites remained. The blonde demanded to know the truth about that tragic, fateful day. 𝒊𝒈 just looked down with a cynical smirk. "I have no idea what you're talking about," she lied. Time to refresh her memory. In the past, their team had dominated the spring selection final matches. They had crushed the Heaven's Gate team. 𝒊𝒈 remained unimpressed, her gaze cold and incredibly bored. "Stop lying," the blonde screamed. She knew 𝒊𝒈 was the leader. She knew the blood on her hands. Jealousy had driven 𝒊𝒈 to murder. She destroyed a life just to satisfy her twisted, immortal pride. 𝒊𝒈 just sighed and mocked her. Then, she erupted into a chilling, uncontrollable fit of dark laughter. "What's so funny?" the blonde growled. 𝒊𝒈 looked at her like she was just a pathetic child. Lighting a cigarette, 𝒊𝒈 admitted she was bored back then. The finals were just a meaningless game. She didn't care about the losers then, but knowing her rival was there, that changed the flavor. She wouldn't have missed a second chance to crush her. Her blue-haired lackey spoke up then. He claimed a noble immortal like 𝒊𝒈 wouldn't waste time on such insignificant, trivial human matters. She was just taking a walk. It meant nothing. She claimed she didn't even recognize that girl. Being in the same video was just a coincidence. The blonde grabbed the phone, her hands shaking. "A coincidence," she roared. They entered together, but only 𝒊𝒈 walked out after the tragic fall. But the cold-hearted immortal just shrugged. "Many people pass through those dark shadows," she replied. Blaming her now was reckless. Still, if that blonde brat wanted war, she was ready to dance. Fear was a distant memory. This time, mercy was off the table. The blonde should run while she can. One more word and things would get messy. Enraged, the blonde lashed out, demanding she repeat that insult. Her blue-haired subordinate barely held her back. For her father's sake alone, he'd grant her one final day. But once the evidence surfaced, he promised to erase her and her entire lineage from existence forever. As they stormed out, the man warned that Yu-Tang was reckless, yet her threats carried deadly weight. The gray-haired queen's gaze turned icy. Did he doubt her? It wasn't doubt, but the political climate was shifting. It was a chaotic year. Provoking their biggest financial backers was social suicide. She just exhaled a smoke cloud. She dismissed him coldly. He muttered about her lack of manners before leaving the Ice Queen to her solitude. Alone with her vice, she placed a lethal call. Find the rat who leaked that tape and end them. She crushed the phone onto the table. Inviting the blonde was a game, but she didn't mind a little bloodshed. To her, humans were just pawns. This execution would be swift, brutal, and entirely without any remorse. Her killing intent was absolute. Meanwhile, at a luxury diner, all eyes were on the ultimate prize, 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈. The server presented the finest delicacies. 𝑭𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 pointed at the fried crabs, confirming his modest order. The waitress nodded, but 𝒊𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 frowned. Why was his table covered in dishes he never once asked for? This was a custom feast from the blonde. The chef had never handled such legendary, rare ingredients before. To 𝒊𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, this was just noise. But the blonde, hovering nearby, felt her heart sting at his coldness. She claimed these were exotic treasures. She begged for his expert palate to identify the secret spices. With a sigh, 𝒊𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 gave in. She lit up like a child, ordering the kitchen to serve the masterpiece. She dismissed her other friends. Only 𝒊𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 mattered. She'd even cleared a private hall just for his comfort. He was to dine in absolute solitude. But 𝒊𝒊𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒈 just told her to stop these empty, desperate gestures. She lunged for his arm, eyes pleading. He glanced back, his cold aura making her heart race even faster. To her, this wasn't meaningless. She was utterly obsessed, dreaming of the day she could finally claim him. Her raw honesty caught him off guard. A rare, faint smile played on his lips. If she insisted, so be it. As he moved to his private suite, a new challenger appeared. The blonde's predatory instincts immediately flared up. It was the brunette, shamelessly asking 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 for another match. The blonde instantly blocked her path. He's dining with me, she hissed. If he wants to play, I'll be his only partner today. The brunette sighed. Typical 𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒔, loud, entitled, and always forcing her will on everyone around her. She pointed to the crowd. The entire academy was watching. In this world, gossip was the deadliest currency. She claimed to want peace for 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈, yet her flashy display only dragged him deeper into the spotlight. Not to mention, she was still nursing injuries caused by the blonde's previous, violent tantrum. Enough, the blonde roared, barking at the students to scram. This wasn't a circus for their entertainment. Once the crowd vanished, her shoulders slumped. She finally faced the bitter truth her sister had pointed out. She knew she was the problem. Her selfishness had caused nothing but chaos for the boy she adored. She accepted the hate, but she would never, ever, hand 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒏𝒈 over to a rival like her. The brunette stood her ground. Amidst the fire, 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒒 simply turned to leave without a word. He was analyzing the brunette's true motives. The blonde panicked, begging him to stay, but a hand stopped her. The brunette blocked her path. Stop suffocating him, she warned. 𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒔 snapped back, her cultivator pride flaring. Don't use chess as a pathetic excuse to linger, 𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒔 spat. If you want him, fight fair. She accused the brunette of using 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒒 as a tool for revenge. A dangerous game that would end badly. But the brunette's face turned bright crimson. I don't like him like that. We just play chess. 𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒔 released her grip. If there were no romantic feelings, then the brunette wasn't a threat for now. She scoffed. A mere commoner stood no chance. I can give him the world. What could you possibly offer? The question hung in the air. Wealth versus something else. The brunette didn't blink as she gave her answer. I can give him a challenge, she whispered. 𝒉𝒕𝒊𝒔 froze, defeated by a logic she couldn't buy with gold. Alone on the moonlit terrace, the Empress reached across the empty board. Decades of solitude were nothing compared to this hollow, agonizing boredom. Her gaze burned into the door. The blonde's cruel taunts echoed. Within her, what could a cold-hearted ruler truly offer someone like 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒈𝒈? Only frost and chess, though her demonic rank ignored the cold. 𝒊𝒈𝒈𝒈𝒈, a mere mortal, had endured the biting frost without a complaint. This fragile human had moved her heart. She'd conquer worlds for him. A shadow moved. She rushed forward, hoping her rare treasure had returned. Just a beast. In this weak realm, only the Emperor was a threat. Leaning back, she felt 1,000 years of icy composure finally shatter. Was he with another woman? Jealousy burned as she realized he was gone. Perhaps he was too delicate for her dark, demonic world. He was just a partner, yet that woman's words sparked a fire. She didn't love him. She just couldn't let her rare prize escape. Pride cast aside, she dialed his number, desperate to bridge the gap. He answered coldly, calling her a good girl before hanging up instantly. Rejected, her phone shattered. How dare he jump to such arrogant conclusions? The hunter becomes the prey. Subscribe now for the next epic chapter. See you next time on Tob's channel for more legendary recaps.